Welcome to Strong Arm Flicks. I'm your boy T Flame, and this is our live stream. And we got Jeffrey Warfield on here again today, and we're
Hey
gonna go
guys.
in deep about some more Snyder Cut shit. And I got the living legend himself on here. Uh, we got some good shit that he's gonna go in deep on. We're gonna save that for later on in the stream. So um, let's kick this shit off, man.
Yeah.
So how you been, man? And how's things swinging in your neck of the woods?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Really still kind of working on the whole moving thing. So eventually, I'm gonna go on another short hiatus for a while.
All
Around
right.
most likely at June 12th. So yeah, that's really so really
Hello.
So really, at
Right.
June 12th, I'll be in another short hiatus, but then I'll be back. So yeah,
Right on. How's the weather over there where you're at? Is it like it is? I'm over here in Flint, Michigan, man. It's fucking excuse me. It's snowing right now. Yeah, it's just man, we get some crazy flipping weather over this way, man. But how's your guys' weather over there been? Anything
um,
out of the usual?
no, except for yesterday, we had a little banana wind, you know, which for those
Okay.
who don't know is kind of like a Guam term for like a very short gust, heavy wind. Like and not storm like wind, but just like strong wind type stuff.
Hunter Iggy said, "Hi, what's up?"
Hey.
Hello, Philip Steven,
Hmm.
45. What's that say? AT Flame, anybody ever told you you look like a young David Ayer? No, I've never heard that one, but thank
Wow.
you. Hey, hey, that's a successful man. People could trash talk him all they want. You
Yeah.
know, David Ayer isn't no Zack Snyder, but David Ayer is a successful man. You
Yep.
know,
Mhm.
but no, I've
Yeah.
never been told that before. Thank you. He said, "What if you are David Ayer? Can you give me some details on the haircut?" Well, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not David Ayer, but man, I can talk all day about the Ayer cut, brother. Jeffrey knows that.
Yeah.
But getting me a little drink on, man. I had a long day at work, man. I'm sore and tired every day. And then my son, I don't know if you've seen me and I just got him a couple back from his mother a couple days ago, and we've been just he's a bundle of joy. I've been taking little videos and pictures with him. He's silly, man. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's got a sense of humor out of this world. He's cool, man. I don't know if you've seen that picture I put up the other day of me and him.
Yeah, I
Think it was
did.
on yeah, it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But so so I wanted to talk a little bit and catch up on a couple of things. I wanted to talk about that announcement. I know it's a few days late. I'm a few days late on it, but like I said, I got a demanding schedule right now. About J.J. Abrams. Sorry, I always say his last name wrong. Justice Justice League Dark that they announced for is it HBO Max they announced that for? Or is it
Yeah.
HBO?
HBO Max.
HBO Max. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, so that's interesting. I wanted to touch on that real quick. And oh, hold on, we got some more people join. Um, let's see. Oh, Hard Boiled Entertainment. Howdy,
Hey.
gents. What's up? And Hunter Iggy said, let's see. Here is my fan cast for Jay Garrick and Alan Scott. Uh, Aaron Eckhart for Jay Garrick and Nathan Fillian for Alan Scott.
Mm.
What do you think about that, Watchtower?
Honestly, honestly, for me, when with the Justice League Dark, I'm gonna come clean and honestly say that I don't know much about Justice League Dark, but really, I just think that it's gonna be a fun experiment with the cast that JJ comes up with,
Right.
which really I have a theory for where Justice League Dark takes place.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, back in I want to say around 2010 or maybe it was 2011. I remember a Justice League Dark comic, and I remember reading it, and it's been about 10 years now. God, it's been a while. And I don't know, and honestly, I read there was a comic called Justice League Dark, and I'm assuming that they're keeping the main characters and that's what this announcement is for. It's my mind's a little hazy on it, but I don't know if they made like some animated films since then, or if they've made more comic adaptations of it. But I remember Swamp Thing being in it. There's a couple of characters in it, and it's interesting to me. The reason why I want to talk about it, I don't remember a whole lot about Justice League Dark myself, honestly, and I haven't been keeping up with that kind of the Justice League Dark shit. I don't know if there's been more since then, and I'm just way like fell off the curve since then on it, But the reason why I wanted to mainly talk about it was because I find it interesting that that announcement for HBO Max, because to me, that's I want to talk about why and how that could be a great sign for the Snyder Cut for Zack Snyder's Justice League, because of the fact that you've got Justice League and you've got dark shit and that dark element in there, and that just screams Zack Snyder. If it wasn't already announced, J.J. Abrams, helming that project, I wouldn't have been surprised at all that with all this Snyder Cut shit that's been going on in the movement and the fandom, that Warner Brothers, I'm surprised that they wouldn't have just straight took that, like, here, Zack, this is right up your alley, my guy. But to me, I think that's a positive thing for the Snyder Cut. I don't think that it's going to premiere like everyone else thought at one point on HBO Max. I think it will end up on HBO Max, but I don't think we're going to get our debut of the Snyder Cut on there. But what do you think about that, Jeffrey?
So really, like, we all know, like, you're really onto something, because a lot of people don't know this, but really, both JJ, Zack, and James Gunn are actually all friends, and I find it very funny how they're all in the same project together. And James Gunn actually said that after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is done, then he's just gonna put his main focus into the DCEU. So really, like, in a way, if you think about it, we kind of have our own our real life DC Trinity in a way. And really, like, I think Justice League Dark does take place in is really in the same universe as the Keanu Reeves Constantine movie.
Yeah.
That happened.
Oh man, I'm so happy you brought that up. I wanted to talk about that too.
because
But
and the,
go ahead.
and the reason why I think that was because a few of like a year ago or something like that, there was a article saying that that Warner Brothers was actually eyeing Keanu Reeves to return as
I
Constantine.
remember that. I remember reading that.
So, I mean, like,
That guy, honestly, when that happened, pause real quick. When that happened, when I read that article, I thought, oh, this clickbait bullshit. And then, but then I kept reading it, and then I seen another site and another site reporting on it. And then I think even, I don't know, I could be mistaken. I think even Variety might have reported on that information as a rumor or something, or I'm not sure. But then once I seen it like that, I'm like, wow. I'm like, man, I can't. I mean, I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. I've always have been, and I loved his portrayal from back in the day of John Constantine.
yeah.
And there has been, with him making a big return, he's making a new Matrix movie. He's working on another John Wick movie. I love that shit too, by the way.
And there's
Um,
actually going to be a John Wick for TV series that actually takes place in between 3 and 4 to build up some kind of big finale for it.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, but
So
with him already being a part of the DC universe at one point, it wouldn't be shit for them now that they've had Ezra Miller's Flash come in to the CW Crisis event and
right.
canonize the TV shows with the movies and in the Crisis they went back to the original Robin. The dude's like 50, fat as shit now, but he was a great actor and he was a nice guy. He was like, holy Willikers, something or another, and I was like in that one scene, and
Oh,
that
that
shit
was
made me.
him. That
It
was
made
him.
it was
Wow.
actually the real actor that played him from the Batman movie from way back in the day. And with them canonizing all of these old school Batman movies with the TV verse and with Zack's universe together, the possibilities are infinite. It wouldn't be shit for them to just drag and bring in Keanu Reeves' Constantine character and throw him in either Zack's universe or Justice League Dark universe or wherever they wanted him. What up,
Right.
Fatal J?
Hey.
So
Hey,
what up,
Bill.
fellas? And yeah, that would be interesting. And and I wanted to read this one. Hardboiled Entertainment said, dare we hope for the Swamp Thing series cast coming back for Justice League Dark? Man, I loved Swamp Thing season 1. Excuse me. It's a
Yeah.
shame. It's a damn shame that there's not a season 2.
I
And
think
we
that's
really,
actually. I think that's why they actually didn't do a season 2 for it yet, because they wanted to put Swamp Thing in for Justice League Dark, and then after season 1 of Justice League Dark is done, then they'll put in the Swamp Thing season 2 is for like a after the event sort of thing, which I would find pretty cool for JJ to do. Which which just for a side note, like I don't care what anyone says about JJ. Like I will give him credit. His Star Wars movies weren't really that good, but mainly that had to do with the whole having Kathleen having him being on a leash thing. But other than that, his content to me has been very good.
right, right. I hear you. Yeah, and Hardboiled said, he said, I agree, Strong Arm and Jeffrey. JJ is a known ally of Zack. He's already made movies to bring the snakes who he put the snake emoji. The snakes who hurt Zack's vision to justice. Thanks to him, Kevin Sushiara is gone and Ebrix has been stripped of his power. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
JJ, from what I hear, I mean, I don't know that to be a fact, but I have heard that as well. That let me get that off the screen. Sorry. that JJ is a friend and ally of Zack Snyder,
Yeah,
and the fact that
because
he is directing a dark uh, project, literally Justice League with dark, you know,
yep.
to me, like I said, not only does that pave the way, at the very least, I think that, like I said, with no doubt about it, this shit will be a theatrical release. But if nothing else, even if it, and then it'll eventually end up on HBO Max, but if nothing else, at the very least, this paves the way for this shit to show up already on HBO Max because of that. And the fact that he's close with Zack, and then you think of the guy that just took over, and he's who you were the one that told me about that, Jeffrey. Who's that guy that just took over, like TNT or something, or
Uh,
that was retweeting the release the Snyder cut stuff, and I can't remember his name, and
yeah, like
but he took over. There's a new boss. If someone remembers, type it down in the comment section. But I can't remember. But a new guy that just took over, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's I don't think it's TNT, but I can't remember. But he
it's the
took over.
Warner Media.
It might be Warner Media, but it was a network that's affiliated with Warner Brothers, and he's actually he's in a high profile. He just got promoted to a high profile position. I think Koj might have been the one that told me about this, and he is a Zack Snyder supporter. And as soon as he got his position on social media, he started retweeting shit about the Snyder cut.
Right.
Yeah, bro. So
Mhm.
like everything, even though it's been all this time, you think about the way the pieces on the chessboard have been moved around since the old regime to now. Things are looking very, very good, and the people that think that honestly think that this thing isn't going to happen at all, they've just lost their damn minds, and that's okay.
And
We'll kill them with intelligence, facts, and kindness, and we'll have our day in the sun when this shit finally drops.
yeah, and really, like, I wanted to say one thing real quick because I noticed that some people there's like a short minority of people that know this, but and so really, I'm going to fill everyone in on this because really, because someone actually said that Walter Amada is still
What's up,
the
Southwest
head
Cali guy? Go
because
ahead.
because Walter, because people seem to think that Walter Mata is still head of the DCEU or head of
Jason Killer.
the chairperson of the WB, and really that just isn't true. It's actually Ann Sarnoff. So I just
Okay.
wanted to clear that up in the air. And also in a interview, someone actually mentioned this that everyone who hated Zack has either been fired or moved down a position. So that means that it's essentially a clean slate for WB, and it's okay for Zack to come back without any drama.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. And that's and I put it up on the screen. I'm bringing that back up though, Jeffrey. That's what it is. I
This is
don't know
killer.
what the hell I said TNT for. I was losing my damn mind. I must have drank too much already. But yeah, that's the dude, Jason Killer or Killar. I don't know how to say his name. I say Killer like he's a killer or
Yeah,
something.
I'd say killer
Jason
also.
Killer is the new boss of Warner Media. So that's and maybe what I heard from Koj was that maybe he used to run part of the TNT network and something about wrestling or some shit. I can't remember, exactly what our me and Koj's conversation was. But yeah. So anyway, he's been promoted, and he is the new boss of Warner Media now. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but anytime we have a tweet event, that's why you see, I use the same like 4 or 5 tags, but I especially, a lot of people I see leave this out. Now that he's been put there, and literally they showed he was retweeting shit about the Snyder cut right after he took fucking office at Warner
Right.
Media. So when we have a tweet event, I always tag at Warner Media on that bitch now too. You know, so I'm like, come on, dude, please be looking, please be watching, help us, please. But but yeah, that's the dude's name. Thank you, Hard Boiled Entertainment, for that. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. But yeah, so things are looking good because I really don't know where Ann Sarnoff stands on everything. To me, she's not going to be able to be any kind of a solution, but I don't think she's, because of the fact of her silence, because of the fact that she's never answered back to any of the fan. I know she had to have gotten a fuck ton of them fan letters when we did that snail mail campaign or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you know, she had to have gotten overwhelmed with that shit. And I just, it was fans, and a lot of them were saying where they were from different parts of the world. They were drawing pictures and telling them why it means so much to them. And I'm like, really? Really? You got that? You seen all that, and you didn't have shit to say? You didn't say shit? You didn't say, you didn't even play coy about it and just say, like, I received your letters and thank you, but unfortunately we can't talk about that. But you guys are very passionate, and we have a lot for you to look forward. Like, you can't even hit them with the corporate CEO bullshit, really. So I don't think that unfortunately because of that, I could be wrong, but I think that she's not going to be an ally of us, of the movement. But at the same time, I do not think that she's going to necessarily stand in the way of Zack or try to, I just think that she's just, the new chick on campus trying to be the big dog. And she just, I mean, if you were her and you were in her position, would you want to get involved in some highly controversial shit? Like, soon as you get a damn job, I mean, so her silence, it's understandable yet a bit disappointing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I do understand where she's coming from, and I think I might have something to do with that because
Oh, shit, what'd you do?
because during that letter campaign that we were doing, I still have it up. You can actually find it on my video and on my channel. But what I basically did was I went out of my way to make a virtual letter to Ann Sarnoff for the 1% possibility that they would have a meeting and they would actually show it in the meeting. So so once again, I don't know if I have something to do with that, but I would do. But yeah, it's like crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, so Hardboiled just said he said the thing is it was Ann Sarnoff who stripped Emmerich of his duties and authority and gave them to a lady from New Line. Okay, well, that's good to hear then. Like I said, that kind of reinforces / backs up what I was just saying a few minutes ago. Basically, like I said, I don't think that she's gonna be a person that by any means would try to block Zack by any means or try to stand in the way of anything by any means. I just think that she just wants to do her job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being the new chick on campus and having such a very high profile job. You got to remember, she's filling in the shoes of the footsteps of her father, who was a great man, a very great man who he had something to do with the original Superman with Christopher Reeves. So she's got, and they got like plaques and shit in Warner Brothers on the wall from her daddy. So she comes in there, and she's got very big boots to fill, and her, And so, like I said, that's good to hear. Like I said, I just don't think that we should put any energy or effort into trying to contact or hashtag and sign off in any kind of way, because I don't think that she's trying to get involved to that kind of level. But like I said, I think that she could potentially be an ally eventually. But right now, I just don't think that that she's ready to take on all that controversial. Well, you got to think about from a CEO's point of view with big boots to fill. It's controversial. It is. Everything about Zack Snyder has always been controversial, and especially the dirt on the company that she's supposed to be running and make look like they're great.
Right.
So that's something that you kind of steer yourself. So I kind of understand that. Kind of backs up what I was saying before that. Damn. Hardboiled, he knows what it is, boy. He got all the answers. But yeah, so and that was cool of Fatal J to pop in here for a minute and say hi. Yeah, I would like to start eventually, if any of you guys out there ever want to jump on a live stream one of these days, or even now with me and Jeffrey Warfield, you're more than welcome to. You can inbox him or you can inbox me, and we can do a collaboration. If anybody's interested, it's usually just us. Our main crew is usually me, Jeffrey, Subjective, and Fatal J. That's the squad. And also Koj and Will Rollins. I haven't never had them on any of our shows or live streams. Mr. West Ashley, that's my boy too. One of these days, I gotta try and go deep with that guy, because I mean, I don't know if I can. he goes in on his episodes, man. When he makes content, I mean, lately he's been making shorter episodes, but man, I mean, most of his normal content, man, he makes some in-depth, quality-esque like content. He'll start off and he'll talk about some shit and just chill, smoking one, and he'll play something. All right, now we're gonna bump some music. Now we're gonna do this, and then he'll have an intro and shit. And like he'll come into it real slow, and then he just boom, be dropping the fire. You know what I'm saying? And he goes in depth, man. He goes in deep. He goes deep. And one of these days maybe we'll do a collaboration with him or something. Yeah, and like lately I just, man, it's been hard I'm trying to get on a schedule. Oh yeah. I mean that would hold on, let me click on that one real quick. That's Hard Boiled again, entertainment. There we go. Yeah, that would be cool, man. Have Dave cool. The Film Junkie or Chris Wong Swenson. Yeah, that would be amazing, dude. Me and Jeffrey, we would definitely be down for that. I don't know if any of them guys would be interested. We're kind of small fries in comparison to them, but I watch and respect each and both of them, and I'm happy that they're a part of this movement. I'm happy that I like their content that they put out as well, even the stuff that's separate than Zack Snyder shit, and and all that good stuff. Film Junkie's got a hell of a sense of humor. He cracks me up sometimes, man. he's got a hell of a personality. He reminds me of one of my buddies from back in the day. I can't put my finger on which one of it is, but they had these buddies of mine they were two brothers, and they both were funny as hell. And he looks like the younger brother. I think his name was Jackson or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that would be cool, man. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in doing that. If you know how to do that, set that shit up and holler at me, Hardboiled. And Jeffrey. You can inbox either one of us. All right, moving on.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
nerdy. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
just for recognition, I actually tried to get Sean O'Connell for the last live stream. So, and he said that he was busy. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, shit. All you can do is try, man.
Yeah.
We're all just because even if we don't necessarily go- excuse me, even just because we all don't necessarily collab on our content doesn't mean that we're not still friends, still boys, still part of the same movement, and all that good shit. And everybody's got. I totally understand that everybody's got uh, kids, other people that don't. Everybody works day jobs or got kids or got this or that going on. People are married. Some people, everybody's got their own shit
Yeah.
going on. So it's tough, um, to do some of them collaborations with certain people at certain times. But all you can do is reach out and try.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Oh, and I put this up on the screen. South Cali guy. He said nerdy in many ways. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do a collab with him. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be interested in in that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, whoever, Sean O'Connell, nerdy in many ways. Film junkie, Chris Wong, Swenson, any of them guys. I would, honestly, I gotta inbox my boy Will. Um, Me and Will, man, he was like the first person. I met Will like on some Will Rollins on some accident shit, like early on
Really?
in the movement. Early on in the movement, like I don't remember what was going on, but like I was just like before there was a movement basically and shit. Like wait, prior to San Diego Comic Con fucking type shit.
Wow.
Um, you know, and I'm just, fighting a individual war and shit. Like, not really clad with no one. It's just like it's not like I'm following a trend or none of that shit. I'm seeing ever since I seen the movie they released in theaters, and I'm like, what the fuck freak is this? What? What? And I'm like, every time I get a break at work, I'm online, I'm searching shit, I'm fucking following every social media platform Zacks on, trying to contact him like there ain't 10 billion other mofos trying to contact him. Like he really just hit me up like, hey, what's poppin', T-Flame? And I'm like, what's going on? What happened? you know, and and people are just back then, people were just trashing his movies. They were talking shit about his daughter, just the most disgusting, toxic stuff that you can do, So I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was a damn keyboard warrior. I'm like, man, if you don't get your square black-headed ass up off here talking about this man's kid, I'll slap the out of you myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like just one day, like I just was on there and I don't remember what I was on, and I bumped into Will Rollins, and we were arguing. I think we were arguing with the same guy or some shit like that. Like this dude was talking some shit, boy. And after that, like I just like was like, oh, okay, it's Will Rollins, I was looking at his profile and I seen a couple of people that I talked to were friends with him online and this and that, and I ended up bumping into him, and I started talking to him, and he's a real cool dude. And then San Diego Comic-Con shit rolled around. I was supposed to be there. I was actually signed up to get recruited and all that shit, and I couldn't make it. I ended up not making it at the last minute. I wasn't able to go. I had a family tragedy that happened with my biological father. And
Sorry for your loss.
yeah, and seriously, I mean, and it happened right before the San Diego Comic-Con. Like I mean, right before. So I was already trying to fight the good fight, and I cared a lot about obviously Zack as a person, his family, his well-being, his mental health prior to this anyway. And I was a big fan of his work, and also a big DC fan in general.
Right.
So then, like I said, th- this shit happened out of nowhere, and it hit me hard, and I just kind of went blank from all social media, internet, everything for about probably a little over a month. And I finally got through it, got over it. And what actually brought me back was seeing the pictures the day after San Diego Comic-Con, and the videos and the pictures and all the positivity and how much was achieved there, and how big of a step forward it was at the time for
Right.
the movement and for the fans, and how and how many people were being recorded. And I seen like big YouTubers there with cameras and walking up to random people and asking, "Do you know what this is?" and breaking it down, like boom, 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 breaking it down and showing them, like, all the billboards and all that shit. And man, that shit, it touched my heart when I seen that. And it also made me sad, and it made me upset with myself. It made me sad and mad at the same time. Mad at myself because of the fact that I missed out on that, because I just mentally wasn't able and ready to go do that.
Mm.
I still wasn't ready. But it touched me, and it ignited a flame. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I decided, scratch being a dude behind a keyboard, like I'm gonna get out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when I started, like, you know what? Taking pictures of myself, putting up videos, uh, branching out, talking to everybody from different walks of, different walks of life, and people that don't even necessarily get together, but they still don't know it, but they want the same thing.
Right.
And that's when and that's what really, and that's why I'm here today. If that shit wouldn't have played out, honestly, Jeffrey,
Mm.
Watchtower, the way that it played out, unfortunately, me and you right now, like, we wouldn't be sitting here talking right now. I don't think,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe everything happens for a reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's see what this says. Oh, it's Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. What's up, dog?
Hey.
Hey, yeah, yeah. He and Chubby Teddy Monster Productions, man. I remember him. I'm so happy for his support. He was like one of the early on people that actually, like, followed me, that was like actually on my channel giving me positive feedback. A couple of times, like, I just wanted to give up, because like I was making videos and videos. I remember being like 12 videos in and having less than 8 subscribers, and
Mm.
at one point, and not having, I could have views, I'd have good views, but like people weren't subscribing, people weren't hitting the like button, people weren't giving me feedback, negative or positive, early on. And Chubby Teddy Monster Productions, he was there, and he was one of the main dudes that was always told me what it was, gave me honest feedback, and was a good, was a positive, gave me his positive support. So I just wanted to give him a shout out for that, and say thank you.
Mm.
And let me say, I was the same as you, T Flame. Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Now, what the other thing I wanted to go into was, let's
The
see, we talked about.
Twitter event.
Oh yeah, oh
The
yep,
Twitter
yep,
event, right?
yep. So our Twitter event. Thank you. Yep, for keeping me on track. So our Twitter event. I'll just be jumping all over the place, man. I need a damn moderator in here.
No,
I don't know how to do that. I should make hard. I don't think I have enough of a following for that shit, or I don't know how it works. I should make Hard Boiled our damn moderator, because I think he's done that for a couple of, for Chris Wong's channel. I think he's done it for Film Junkie. I'm not sure, but
I actually have been doing the same thing in my videos, where I kind of jumble around a bit, but it still comes around full circle in a way for a complete linear thing. So yeah, I completely understand.
right. Okay, let's see. Oh, what's that say? Jonathan Ayla.
Mm.
He said, "What up, homies? Great work yesterday. I'm ready to get release the Snyder Cut, hashtag release the Snyder Cut, and hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League trending again on Mother's Day. Yep. Hey, you know what? And we're just about to, talk about that too. And yeah, man. If you think about that, and that takes me back to what I was was just about to start going in on was I think that our tweet event was extremely successful the other day. You got to figure we got over 50, like 4,000 tweets, or we were trending. We beat HBO Max trending, and maybe the point about it was more or less just to show positivity towards Zack, and it was a message to Zack, a message to the haters, and a message to Warner Brothers. You know what I mean? That if you are setting up these hit pieces, you can knock us down, you can damage us, and we're going to get back up. And we're going to keep fighting the good fight in a positive manner, the best way that we can. And that's why we all changed our icons to the watch icon with the little drip of blood on the face, but still smiling through, still fighting the good fight, because you grazed us, but we're still going. You might have put a little drop or two of blood on our forehead, but we're still going to keep fighting the good fight. And, and we've been through worse. And I think that it went off without a hit, especially if you consider the fact that right now we are severely lacking leadership, in the sense, I'm not saying that we're just a clusterfuck or nothing by any means right now, but RT Snyder Cut, a lot of people didn't give them as much credit as what was due, because you got to figure that RT Snyder Cut's got 22 or more thousand people subscribed to them that are supporters, and you got to figure they've been out of the game for how long now, since this C virus shit?
Months, I think.
Exactly. So you got to figure how many thousands and thousands and thousands of supporters don't even know what the F is going on, that weren't participating, not because of for no reason, but just don't know what's going on. They're not subbed to me, you, this guy over here. They're subbed to RT Snyder Cut. They're not being notified of shit because they're not on their account. They're not, so therefore they don't know what's going on. So you got to figure that basically not even half of that 20 or 25,000 or however many subs they have, not even half of them were part of what went on yesterday. So imagine when RT Snyder Cut comes back and we all get back and get organized, truly organized, and everybody participates. We're gonna because we have grown since the November 17th tweet event like a mofo. I'm not even talking about RT Snyder Cut subs. I'm not talking about the subs on RT Snyder Cut or the following. Okay, I'm talking about in general on different across all platforms and media, and just in general. The fan base has grown substantially since the November 17th tweet event. So when they come back and we get back organized and we start really planning this shit out, everybody's on cue, everybody's on time, and everything starts, we're gonna knock that November 17th shit out of the effing park. Yeah. I can't wait for that shit. But anyway, go ahead, Jeffrey.
And really, the funny thing about it is, if you were to tell me that we would have ended up on TV, even I would have said, man, that's crazy. We are not going to be on TV. That's not going to happen. And then November 18th, when November 18th happened and we're on morning TV. And they're talking about hashtag release the Snyder Cut. That is totally unprecedented.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I would have never thought that we would have made it on TV. Oh, you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to step off Mix,
Hard
do something right.
boiled.
I'm back. But so Hard Boiled Entertainment said, here's some more boys. The comic movie marks. Yep. Them
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Yep. I've watched them before, and I like their content, and I like their opinions on shit, and I love seeing their support that they give. And yeah, that would be cool too. I'd be down for that. And
Mm-hmm.
there it is. Hard Boiled. He said, "Yeah, I am a mod for Chris Wong Swenson."
Mm. Okay.
See, I don't. I'm kind of new still at the live
This whole live stream.
shit. You can ask my boy Jeffrey right here. I was surprised that I learned how to. You guys seen how shitty the quality was of like my first 12 videos? Like it was like a song playing and one still picture and just a motherfucker talking with no face and shit with the same song on repeat. It was a miracle that I figured all of that shit out and got where I am now. And like and even after I figured all that out, for some reason the live streaming, at least for me, figuring out the software, and I'm still figuring it out. That's a whole different kind of monster. And I'm always like hitting up, DMing Jeffrey or Subjective. I'm like, hey man, how do I do this? I can't figure it out, man. What the? Live in 10 minutes. Every time we go live, we're 3 minutes late, and it's my fault. 3 to 10 minutes and shit. But anyway, but yeah, like right now, I still can't figure out like on YouTube, when you go to YouTube and you click video, like when you upload a video, like say you create a video and you upload it, right under it there's upload a video, and then there's go live. So when you click on go live, you can create and schedule a live stream. You can include a thumbnail, description, all that shit. But the issue is that I don't know how to connect my StreamYard with the live. Like if I go to StreamYard, it'll do it for me on my YouTube account. But then what'll happen is it'll show up one video that's got a picture of from YouTube Live, and then the next video will show the same picture or slightly different and say that I'm doing two live streams at the exact same time with like the same picture, and like people will click on the other one and they're like sitting there like, well, what the fuck's going on? And we're over here on this live stream. So I'm still trying to figure that out because I feel like I'm losing a couple of audience members possibly due to confusing them because I'm a knucklehead. But yeah, so how does that work, Hard Boiled? Let me know. How does that work? Like I just don't know shit about it. I'm curious about it. When you say you're a mod for Chris Wong Swenson, you probably need like a good following, don't you? It'd probably be pointless to try and appoint you as a moderator on a channel as small as mine. I don't even have 180 subs yet. I'm getting there though. I'm very close, but yeah. How does that work? I don't understand. Like when you're, does that mean like you're running the chat, or you're like, I don't know I don't really know the details of that stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, okay. Now let's open this up real quick. Let's see what he said. Okay. Oh, Mother's Day would be perfect. Zack loves using motherhood as a theme in his films.
And also if you think about it, since really Man of Steel and BVS and even Wonder Woman, if you like, they all like, even though Wonder Woman was actually small in it, they all had the same thing with fathers and all that. So my thing is, what if for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which we'll get into in a second, what if for that theme it was supposed to be about motherhood, like how when Lex said every boy's special lady is his mother, and it really, if you think about it, really how Cyborg becomes
Yeah,
a cyborg. It's his mother.
his
For
mother,
for for Aquaman, it
his
was influence over his
his
mom,
mother. Yep,
and even Steppenwolf, who wants to
yep.
reconnect with his
And
mom.
remember,
Like, you know what
and
I
yep,
mean?
yeah, bro. Oh shit! See, I told you, Jeffrey, man, Watchtower over here, Warfield, man, Warzone, Jeffrey, man, he goes in hard, and I wanted to save this part for more near the end of the live stream. And if you think about even in the Justice League theatrical cut that we got, there's that couple of scenes where he's just like, Steppenwolf's just fucking out of his fucking mind, just talking to himself. He's like, yes, yes, mother, I know, the unity, will,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
and you can clearly tell, like, even though they chopped whatever plot he had down to a minimum role and they changed and tweaked some shit, that you can tell that even though a lot was missing from the movie, that clearly there's some kind of subplot where his mother Hegra, he's trying to like bring her back to life or some shit. I don't know if they changed. I don't know. Like I said, they've changed so much. It's hard to tell what was actually intended by Zack and Chris Terrio and what was reshoots of a reshoot. You know.
Oh, oh.
But go ahead.
There's actually a aircut connection to that as well. Like for really what
Yeah.
that's what Steppenwolf was trying to do and that's what Steppenwolf was I heard that's what Steppenwolf was trying to do in Suicide Squad, where he was actually very close to actually getting
What up,
his
Subjective?
mom. Hey.
He said, "Fresh cut, T Flame." Thank you. Thank you very much. But
But
he said, "Wait till you guys see real quick. My video Friday. It's gonna blow up the internet."
but
Anyway, go ahead.
but yeah, like I heard that in the air cut, the main plot of that they were trying to have his Steppenwolf use they were trying to get Steppenwolf to get his mom to possess Enchantress. Like that was I heard that was actually part of the plot. So
Yeah,
really, like now, even that has to be more hyped for the air cut.
yeah, man, dude. And you know how and you know what pisses me off, man, is because like I was like I said, man, like even before they did what they did to Zack's movie and it was released in theaters, and we were all like, what the? I was one of the first mofos prior to that, after Suicide Squad came out, and I'm like, I walked out of the theater, I'm like, what the did I just see?
Right.
Like at first, when I came out of the theater, I was so numb and confused, and then
Yeah.
I went back and I seen it again, and I'm like, I just paid more attention to like the humor and like the music and like some of the jokes where Will Smith was like, "Oh yeah, you one of them deaf hoes, huh?" And I was in there buzzing, I was cracking up. But every time but the main thing I remember, as soon as I walked out of theaters, where in the F is Jared Leto's Joker during this entire film?
Right.
How did I see advertisements advertising that this dude was going to be the main villain? Is what they advertised it like.
Right.
The main,
And
and then now he's just gone, and now shit that's in the trailer, hella shit that's in the trailer, ain't in the movie.
right.
And I'm like,
Like,
so right away I knew that something was wrong with that, and then I figured it out. I was campaigning for the air cut before that was even a thing, like on my own.
Wow.
And this is prior to JL releasing in theaters. Then when that came out, I already knew what it was. I was already suspicious as shit when I got in the theaters. I'm like, as soon as it opened, everybody knows, and I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, and then I just kept watching. And I'm like, no, no, no. As soon as I left out of there, I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm like, oh, they better release a director's cut. They better release a director's cut. And then one never happened. And then, but yeah, all this due to BVS backlash. It's effing nuts,
Right. And really, like, here's the funny thing about that intro, that Justice League intro that you just reminded me about. Did you hear about a DC comic in a DC comic that really they made that a DC comic artist made fun of Joss Whedon in his DC comic where he had Joss Whedon in a Avengers shirt sitting in a corner with the "I tried" cardboard to cut out.
Yes. I swear, I'm telling you, I don't remember because it's been so long. I swear I incorporated something about that in one of my older videos on my channel. And I always thought that it was real ironic that soon as the movie starts, and I even framed it, took pictures, and I even made like a post on Twitter about it at one point. A couple of people did. I don't know if they shared mine or they made their own, but whatever. And I said on the post, isn't it real ironic that the movie opens immediately with a song that lets you know Zack Snyder score for the movie, it's gone. And then that scene either right after or right before they show and Zack Snyder and so as director, it zooms in and it shows the dude sitting on the ground that says, I tried.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody, and I kept watching it one day. I think it was our BVS, I think it was the end of last year during our BVS watch party or some shit, our original one. And I was there, and man, I came up with all kinds of ideas, and I seen that, and I'm like, and I watched Justice League right after I seen BVS, and I was like, this has got to be intentional. I kept watching it over and over and over. The timing of it, I'm like, somebody slid that shit in there. I know somebody did. Somebody that is on Zack's side that they didn't fire or get rid of, that was working on the team of the production.
I think it was Josh himself, because I think it was like him I think it was him basically putting his hands up saying like, yo, I tried, man, I tried. This is what you get. I'm sorry, I tried.
Right. I was thinking like, what if Jay Olivia pulled some strings and made that shit happen?
Hey, you don't know. He actually was a part of the production for the movie. You don't know.
Right. Maybe that was his message to Zack and shit. So Zack didn't have to save him from watching that abomination. Zack only had to see the first like 7 minutes and shit, and he was like, just stop right here. I'm sorry. I tried, Zack. I tried. They wouldn't listen. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. What they, all the stuff that they did based on just jumping the gun. But Hardboiled said, release the air cut. Hashtag release the air cut. Hell yeah. You know I can get behind that, brother. He said, "I'd say the success of the Snyder Cut will ensure the release of the Ayer Cut real soon."
And I
Now,
really do,
go ahead.
and I really do think that, because I really do think that they'll reference some things that happened in the Ayer Cut that wasn't in the theatrical or extended cut that they put on there, where like I heard that there's actually a scene of Lex and Joker talking to each other, and
Yeah,
also
yeah, yes, bro. I've heard that. Go ahead, keep going. I love this kind of shit.
and also really that and I also heard that there was supposed to be this big breakout scene that actually had Deathstroke Deathstroke, Joker, Harley Quinn, and Jesse and Lex Luthor all in there, and that really explains really how he got into the yacht. So imagine
Yeah.
seeing like just imagining like what would be Zack Snyder Deathstroke action scene
Oh my
would be
god.
like
Oh
like
my
oh my
god. Don't get me excited, man.
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And another thing is too is just like I I did a video way back about Jared Leto filming a potential cameo, small cameo for Zack Snyder's original Snyder cut. And he definitely filmed some shit that was intended to be in Zack's original cut. Now I don't know if that's even prior to Zack's uh I don't know if that's prior to the reshoots or what it is, but can you just imagine uh Jared Leto's Joker having an interaction with the Justice League team, or even you know what I mean? How fucking nuts that would be. How he would fuck all of their minds up.
Right.
It'd be like, what? So I mean, I'm not saying that obviously fucking Superman, it's the Joker. I mean, Batman and
Yeah.
Joker, whatever, but Batman's a human, and
Right.
but the Joker is he's smart as shit, and he's not no bitch, but Superman would knock that motherfucker into the sun. But just to see their interaction with him and how they'd be so thrown off by how strange and crazy he is, that would have been something. Or even to see him have an argument with Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, to see them both arguing like, over who's going to be in charge or something. You know what I mean? Like that stuff would have been just golden. Like I don't know why they had such potential, such high profile actors. Like you got, I think that Will Smith usually plays, Will Smith nowadays in a lot of movies.
Right.
Like Will Smith is Will Smith. You cast him, he's just going to do some Will Smith shit, And a lot of you guys know what I mean. But at the same time, I am also still a big fan of Will Smith. And Will Smith is still an A-list actor. And it's like you don't get a actor that high profile to play a comic character in a blockbuster hit and then cut him and everybody else out of the goddamn movie and then make a sequel without any of them. Like, who does this kind of shit? That is fucking buku. That is nuts. That is crazy.
And really, if you think about it, the only person that is in the Suicide Squad is Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn.
And that's what pisses me off, because all of this SJ fucking this SJW and feminist propaganda bullshit. I've seen people going after David Ayer, and I was even going to drop an individual episode, just to tear this guy a new asshole that had the nerve to come at David Ayer, and David Ayer actually seen that comment and responded and kind of bowed down to this motherfucker. Like, you know, I mean, not like to say it like that, but the guy was just basically told him, oh, you know, you had a piece of shit film. The editing was garbage. You sexualized Harley Quinn, and you did this, and she shined bright in Birds of Prey, and you shouldn't be allowed near any more projects of this. And you know, and David Ayer's response was real mature, and he basically was just like, you know, you know, I tried my best. I rendered Harley Quinn comic accurate and Jared Leto's Joker comic accurate. He said, but everything is political now. And he basically said that, you know, what they did to him, I didn't have no control over. And that basically I tried the best, he said, but I'm still learning and growing as a person. I will try to do better. I will do better. You know, and it's like, I wish that David Ayer could see my comment to him, because there's so many people, you know, he'll never see mine, but I told him, like, don't ever let this mofo make people like that this loud. I said, that right there, you see that, David Ayer? I said, that is the toxic minority. I said, that's the true toxic minority. I said, scratch that shit. I said, there's many people that are fans of your work, that are fans of Zack's work. I said, don't listen to a couple of loud assholes behind a keyboard on the internet. I said, because guess what? I said, Joker and Harley Quinn, I said, you gave us the most comic accurate Joker and Harley Quinn ever on screen. I said, even the abomination that Warner Brothers gave us, you can still see a great movie is mixed in there somewhere. And I told him, I said to him, I said, there's proof of that. I said, numbers don't lie. Like the song back in the day, the hip hop song. I said, numbers don't lie. I said, and neither do I. I said, without you, Joker and Harley Quinn, it don't work. Birds of Prey proved that.
And really, like, here's the thing that I find interesting with people saying that WB is doing better without Zack Snyder. Like, someone actually took a picture of this and did the math, and he even counted the Justice League movie into it, and he said that with the movies in the Snyderverse, he almost, with those movies alone, he made WB almost $5 billion. And
wow.
And with the Zack out of it, he actually added those movies in.
Hey, nerdy in many ways. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry, I just seen this. I don't know how long ago this is from. Oh, it's only from 2 minutes ago. Hopefully he's still in the chat. How you doing, man? What's up, brother? Pause that real quick, Jeffrey. I want to take a minute and read Nerdy in Many Ways' comment. He said, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Will Smith, Margaret Robbie, Jason Momoa, Jesse Eisenberg. Just to name a few of freaking phenomenal actors that were beginning a great cinematic universe. What the F, WB? Exactly, brother. Thank you, man. I'm so happy that I'm not just freaking nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, even now, like, I know, like, eventually we're definitely going to get, you know, Zack Snyder's Justice League, but it's just like, how do they not see? Even now, like, they're steadily just running the fuck in the wrong direction. We're like, hey, we're over here. So is the money. Come back. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, we'll see you on the other side. And it's like, oh, how did Birds of Prey do you, motherfucker? It's like, oh, you broke even. And it's like, we're just sitting here like this. You know, at this point, we're just like this. There's a couple million of us like this and shit, just like this. Watching them like this, running in the wrong direction, you know? and you know, and it's just like, I just don't understand. Like, you know, do you know that Will Smith's Deadshot right after Suicide Squad came out, he was slated to have a standalone movie with Ben Affleck, Batman,
Yes.
and that got
Yes.
scrapped. Who is making decisions at Warner Brothers? Dude, Will Smith's star power alone, scratch, even if he didn't pull off a good Deadshot, not saying that he didn't, but let's just say even if he wouldn't have, right?
It's
Just
Will
star
Smith.
power. It's fucking Will Smith, and it's a fucking comic book character blockbuster. You think that you wouldn't have made money on that? He was already signed on. He was ready to go.
And
Who
here's the
who just
thing.
cancels this project out of nowhere? You know, it's just like, first of all, how did you get Will Smith to even sign on for a gig like this? And you had the nerve to destroy this man's arc I mean, granted, his arc in Suicide Squad was the least reshot, the least destroyed compared to everybody in it.
You can
But
tell.
even still, they they messed with his stuff too. You know, they jacked up his arc and his stuff too. And it's just like, and then you cancel the movie that was slated. Like, what is wrong with you? And then there's a Joker and Harley standalone movie slated right after Suicide Squad comes out. They scrapped that movie and tell Harley Quinn, just because critics was like, oh, Harley Quinn was a standout smash hit. It's like, she's just a woman playing a psychopath.
And
that's all you gave a shit about in the whole movie? Now, don't get me wrong. She does, the way David Ayer rendered her, she is a very accurate live silver screen portrayal of Harley Quinn. And I think that there was, if you ever watched the extended cut, there was a couple of scenes where you seen she isn't just this nice, bubbly, giggly person. There was some scenes where she's walking up to the squad members trying to piss people off using the psychiatrist side of her brain to try and figure out what makes them tick and what pisses them off. And Deadshot even walks up to her and he tells her, hey, Harley, I'm going to need you to stop acting like a drunken stripper for like 5 minutes. Other children. And that made me crack up. He said, he's like, if shit goes south, we're going to need all these guys to shoot our way out of this bitch. I'm like, that's some real shit right there. That was a good, and you could tell that was a partially restored scene from the true Ayer cut, but it was out of context. The movie was it's like, you know what she said? Oh, when it comes to the heart, everybody for themselves, right? I smell a rat. And then takes her bat back from him and turns around, walks away with an attitude, and it's like, what? So you're saying that there's a rat somewhere? What the fuck is going on? Who's ratting? Second of all, it's like, what do you mean it comes to the heart? You got some kind of love triangle going on with that shot?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
why is that not in the movie? Why is this one scene where you're just like, what are you talking about? And it makes me so angry watching the extended cut, because like that motorcycle chase scene. Even that in the extended cut, they restored only that one scene from the Joker, right? In Harley Quinn. Okay?
Right.
That's it? Really? After all the complaints, that's what you did. But anyway, even still, that was a great scene. And did you see how Jared Leto's Joker, how his character, when he had a little bit of time to breathe, how he flowed totally different. Like when he got out the car and the way he was talking to her, and you know what I'm saying, and the way he was acting, it was like, that was a good Joker. That was a David Ayer scene that was relatively untouched by Warner Brothers until the end of the scene. And even near the end of the scene, even the scene that was from the Ayer cut that they replenished, they even reshot that still, because in that scene, he bitch slaps her. And in the theatrical cut, it stops right before any of that takes place. And there's actually pictures in that scene where he's reaching back like this, and then the next scene, you see her face like, and hair flying around. And then the next picture, she's laying on the ground, and then he's just standing there with his like this, looking off, pissed off, and looking down. And then another scene where she gets up and they're kissing, and then they get back in the car.
Right.
Like, okay, so clearly even the scenes they replenished were still reshot or edited to an extent. And to me, that's just crazy. All that Monster T shit in the club, like so much was changed that it's like, how can you judge David Ayer? Basically, the studio gave all these guys a new script after they had already filmed some shit, and they made him change how he acted. I think that they tried to make him funny, because I think in the Ayer cut, there wasn't shit funny about Joker. I think I don't think he was like, trying to be like all flamboyant, like, question, would you die for me? I think that he was just a straight psycho fucking path, like not playing no games. And I think he was one of the main characters in the movie, and that he was going to be the secondary main villain. And, and the main antagonist. And if you think about comic accurate, the guy, people want to talk about how Harley Quinn was sexualized and all that. Like, do you like, and to this jackass that's talking, that these jackasses that are attacking me, now that Zack Snyder is off Twitter, and that Zack Snyder ain't been posting a lot lately, and all this hate bullshit has came out in the last week. There's people that are jumping down David Ayer's throat now simply for trying to come out and casually play coy and drop hints at the Ayer cut. And these fuckers know that that's what he's doing. So what do they do? Jump on the hate wagon. Well, Zack's not around. Fuck you, David. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, do you not, do these people not understand their reasons are such bullshit? Like, I understand, like, Birds of Prey wasn't for me, but I don't want I never wanted, let me just put this out there. I never wanted Birds of Prey to fail. Birds of Prey didn't fail. It didn't make no money neither, though. Okay? And why is that? That's because they left a underperformed group of women that were not fucking, like, they were early on in their careers. They never made a big project like that. You left a potential blockbuster hit in the hands of Kathy Yan. Who the fuck has heard of Kathy Yan? Who even heard of Dead Pigs? The biggest thing she ever did was Dead Pigs, and nobody heard of that shit. And if anybody tries to tell me they heard of Dead Pigs prior to them announcing she was going to be the director of Birds of Prey, you're full of shit. I don't care what you say. And it's just like they were, that's why they had to bring John Wick in, because even the action sucked on it.
I don't even think they did that. I have a theory. I think they didn't do that. I honestly think they just did that so that they could, I think they intentionally lied so that they could at least get some more people into that movie. Because even for a John Wick choreography, it still looked very bad.
And exactly. And I agree with that. But you know what I got to say? I don't think that John Wick director was brought in to do action reshoots. I don't know. Because if you watch the movie, not all the action, at least half the action in the entire movie is weak as shit. You're going to tell me the motherfucker that did John Wick 1, John Wick 2, okay, it did the John Wick movie, John Wick 3, you're going to tell me that this guy, he did the action scenes in Birds of Prey? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I think happened? I think that these women went full woke with this movie initially, early on, okay?
Yeah.
And then what happened was there was a screening. Warner Brothers seen this shit, and they were like, "Oh no. Oh no. And they brought him in purposely so that they could use his name as a distraction and just be like, well, there's a couple action scenes. We just want to spice it up a bit, And really what it was, they're like, please, boo, bro, save this movie now. Save it. Do something. And that's why you have this woke marketing for it. But then we watch the movie, and there's definitely them woke elements in it, but they're not front and center no longer. You watch the movie, and you can kind of see, well, every man in the movie's a piece of shit. Every single dude in the movie is a piece of shit. Every single man they show. Even the
I'll be
dude,
honest.
even the old Asian dude that was her best friend at the end of the movie. He's like, well, they just kept offering me a lot of money. Sorry, darling.
I honestly haven't seen Birds of Prey yet.
I watched it. No, every single they either come off as rapey, creepy, backstabbing, a misogynist, or and it's just like you can definitely see that this movie has some back. But like I said, what makes the movie not be a pile of shit is that it's subliminal. The way they handle it in the movie, it's subliminal. Like it's in the background. It's there, but it's not too detracting from the whatever, the main storyline. And in my opinion, you remember Ian McGregor pushing this narrative about the whole movie, and early on, Margot Robbie was even early on.
Oh wow!
And one of the other girls that are from the main Birds of Prey cast pushing this misogynist agenda of like the movie being real woke and tackling misogyny, and like it's like, are you guys even gonna tell us about what the movie? Make the movie first. About the characters it's about and about the stories that them characters have to tell, then incorporate your unique spin on them. If that's what I was thinking early on, hearing their reviews, hearing what they had to say, and guess what? It turned off a lot of people from the movie. Ian McGregor and them, okay, look, and this is how you know Warner Brothers is still listening to the scrutiny that they get, which still makes me nervous. But in the case of Birds of Prey, I know it saved Birds of Prey from being a complete flop. You know why? Because Birds of Prey seen early on, they knew that there was going to be issues. They brought him in. Then after the trailers dropped, they heard feedback. Yeah, they heard feedback from the audience. Yeah. And then I think they went in last minute and changed it and toned it down a little more, because initially there was going to be, they were going to make a gay man.
Didn't they make it PG-13 to get more views and and really like one more thing, like let's get this point out of the way because it's almost 2 hours and we still have one more thing to talk about, and that's the Zack post. So yeah.
Go ahead. Oh yeah. Yes. So anyway, but yeah, skip that. We'll talk about that another time. The only thing I want to say real quick, and we'll jump into the Zack's post, is Hardboiled said SJWs whine about Harley Quinn being sexualized in her clothes and conveniently forget or don't care that Margot Robbie helped create the character's wardrobe.
Yep.
That's a very great point. And also, Harley Quinn came out from the animated television series of Batman: The Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? The animated series. And Harley Quinn's debut was in that animated series. And she was highly, the way that they portrayed her, she was highly sexualized. Right. Also portrayed as highly psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will do anything this dude says. I will shoot you. I will shoot you, your 3-year-old kid, in the fucking face. I don't care.
And here's the thing, for people who don't realize how deep the Batman animated series went into the Joker Harley Quinn relationship. Like, they had this whole episode dedicated to the Mad Love comic, where it was like a abusive relationship in a way. Yeah. So now, and so kids nowadays, and I'm using the term loosely because at this point the kids seem more mature than the SJWs. but anyways, the SJWs wouldn't get that. I wouldn't respect that as much because they would say, "Oh man, that's misogynistic. That shouldn't happen." When it was actually a whole comic about it and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
exactly.
It feels like because for me, like, here's my thing with how Zack feels about the whole SJW thing. Like, he even said on Bureau when he was asked about, when someone asked him basically, do you want, was Zack Snyder, was your Justice League rated R or PG-13, to kind of get into the more, to get more ad revenue or views for your movie, and he said no, it's rated R. Like, it needs to be rated R. Like, he even said for X-Men 3, like, he was actually came forward. Someone actually came with an idea for X-Men 3, and he said that he'll do it, but only if it's rated R.
Right.
And then when it was said that it was PG-13, it was Zack was nowhere to be found. So in a way, like, Zack knew that rated R movies are the way to go.
Yeah, and it trips me out that the studio knew off rip that Zach's cut of BVS, his ultimate cut, which was actually his regular cut for the movie, what he decided should be the theatrical release. He's got another cut of BVS that's got even more footage in it.
Mm.
And one of the scenes that's in that cut is Superman flying around looking for, I believe, his mother or Lois.
Oh yeah,
and hearing all the voices of people screaming, and he's crying because he can't do nothing to help them at that moment for some reason. Don't remember the details, but you know what I'm talking about, correct?
Yeah, it's
And
kind of, and that really went into more detail on, like, on the realism of it. Like, Superman is there, but he can't save them all, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I bet that's why he was crying, because he could not save them all. So, and he had a choice to go save the others or his mom, which even adds more layer of realism, because
yeah,
because in real life, Superman would go for his mom,
yeah.
and not random people.
Exactly. And see, now, to be honest with you, to be fair, in all fairness, I can actually understand why Zack left that scene out. Because can you imagine the people that are already, like, people like fucking Jody and other people? Superman is dark as shit. I don't like him. He's a little emo boy, and he's evil, and he's a bad person. That ain't Superman. Can you imagine if they would have seen Superman flying around crying while motherfuckers are dying? Because
Right.
he's trying to find his mother because he's scared. Where's my mom? But at the same time, he knows that he's only one person. Even if he saves half of them people tripping out, he can't save all of them because he's still not God. He's still,
Right.
what they say in the movie, just a man trying to do the right thing with abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And so in all fairness, I can understand why that was left out of the movie. And can you imagine the criticism there would have been in that scene if that was in the movie still? Oh my God. The cut that we got of Man of Steel, the cut that we got Ultimate Edition of BVS, it was perfect. And there's some scenes that I do wish were in there, and some that I can understand why Zack would have left it out, thinking about how the studio was so sensitive about shit back then. And certain bloggers.
Oh, they're even more. If anything, they're more sensitive now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not just talking about Warner Brothers. I'm talking about Disney, Fox, everyone. Like, they're very sensitive now. But Zack is like, no, you need to grow up. Like,
hold on, Hard Boiled said, dare we hope for longer cuts of Man of Steel and BVS to finally be revealed on HBO Max? That would be pretty cool.
yeah.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up for that. I don't think that especially Man of Steel, because Zack has had, Man of Steel has been out for, gosh, 8 years now almost. Am I incorrect on that, Jeffrey? About
Uh,
7 years, 8 years?
uh, ever since 2004 with Dawn of the Dead, so
Or no, it was
fine.
2000. No. Man of Steel came out like 2013, I think.
Yeah, 2013.
So hold on, 7 years. I don't know, but
Yeah, 7 years.
yeah, about 7 years. So I mean, BVS, you never know, especially seeing as Zack just gave us a director's commentary out of nowhere for the first time, not even a couple weeks ago.
We
So
might get it. We
BVS,
might
you
get
never
it.
know with BVS, but Man of Steel, as much as I would love to see that, I just feel like after 7 years, if Zack was gonna, put out a breadcrumb to have us try to fight for a director's cut of Man of Steel or an extended cut or whatever you want to call it, an ultimate edition, I feel like he would have put the intel and information out there for us to understand that he has a cut of that he wants released and that, he hasn't. I think that early on with Man of Steel, that yes, maybe there's more scenes to Man of Steel that maybe Zack ultimately, did film and probably still has in his, in his filming area or in his little storage. But I think that the film that he put out is the film that he wanted. You got to remember, Christopher Nolan was a partner on the Man of Steel movie. So Warner Brothers was extremely, extremely happy and confident during the time of Man of Steel with Zack Snyder because Christopher Nolan was working with him on that project. And Christopher Nolan was coming fresh off the Dark Knight trilogies, which were a smash fucking hit, a smash success at the time.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you for a sec. Like, I honestly didn't like the Nolan trilogy, to be honest. Like,
I didn't care for them neither. I really now I'm not now the second movie, the movie in between, the Dark Knight,
yep.
actual
No, that one.
Dark Knight, just the Dark Knight. I liked that one better than all three of them, and I wasn't like huge on it, but Heath Ledger, I liked it. I liked it. Heath Ledger sold that movie for me.
Yep.
His Joker performance, it was great. Now, Bane in the third one, The Dark Knight Rises, terrible fucking depiction of Bane. And I'm not hating, I
Mhm.
love Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Like with
Welcome
what Tom
to
Hardy was
Junkle
given.
City. And I'm like, what kind of accent, bro? What kind of
Right.
accent are you doing right now, bro? What the fuck is that? And then seeing like he doesn't have the green toxin shit that buffs him up, and knowing how big Tom Hardy's ass is in real life, I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah,
how to
like
do
he.
this. What
Yeah,
did
like
he
he.
look this big? You
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
he. And really, like he looked very small. Like even for being like, if you were to tell me, like if Bane wasn't even named dropped as Bane, honestly wouldn't have questioned it. I would have just pictured him as a random minion dude, because
Right.
that's exactly what he looked like, a random minion dude
Yeah.
that wasn't a
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah. And and another thing is like I said, Christopher Nolan, on multiple occasions, people came out and said he didn't know shit about the comics like that. That he had to be directed to, to render his characters even similar to the characters that they were supposed to be, like fucking Bane and fucking Joker and Ra's al Ghul and people like that. And like I said, I'm not hating. I understand that all crowds and crews are welcome here, and it's okay to disagree on some subjects. It's not the end of the world. I appreciated the Dark Knight simply for Heath Ledger's performance alone, but I wasn't big on that. But my point is, Jeffrey, was the studio was loving that shit. It doesn't matter what me and you think. The studio was into that shit. The studio, unfortunately, was loving that shit because they're just like dollar bill, y'all. That's all they. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit about anything else. So, like I said, they're coming fresh off of that. Like 2 years, 3 years after The Dark Knight Rises, you know, 2 years later, they're starting pre-production on Man of Steel. So you got to realize that they've had not one, not two, but three outings with this man and made, hella money with this man and are confident in this man, even though he might not be my cup of tea or yours. The studio, I'm saying from their corporate perspective, were highly confident when Man of Steel was being made because he was attached to the project. So there was no interference whatsoever. The second he left after Man of Steel was done and it was BVS time and it was just Zack Snyder and his crew running shit, even BVS, before it hit theaters, the studio chopped that shit. That's why we got an Ultimate Edition. They instantly was like, oh, I don't know, bro. Oh, shit. I don't know. What's going to happen, man? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? And they caused, I'm not saying there wouldn't have been criticisms and some sort of assholeness reaction to BVS, but think about had the Ultimate Edition been what everybody's seen in theaters. How much more money it would have made and how much less bad word of mouth it would have got. And then, because of a less negative reaction, we have a less fucking negative reaction from Warner Brothers coming in and jacking up Suicide Squad and Justice League and so forth. And we probably wouldn't be where we are now. But go ahead, Jeffrey.
But yeah, really, I think that's a good transition to Zack's post with the weights that we're going to have and you're going to read that.
Hold on.
And
let me read this. This is gonna be our. We're gonna read this last one, and then Jeffrey's gonna go in because I was gonna do an hour, and then I was like, you know what? We're gonna go over an hour because I don't know how long it's gonna be till I'll be able to do my next live stream. My schedule's very busy, but we're getting ready to. I'm gonna read this last comment by Hardboiled Entertainment, and then we're gonna jump right in to Zack Snyder's newest post on Vero. Which is two dumbbells and some cryptic shit with numbers and 150 all over it. And Jeffrey's going to get down and dirty on that motherfucker. So let's see. Hardboiled Entertainment. People who whine about BVS being dark conveniently forget Empire Strikes Back. Remember? Oh, yep.
yeah.
People did not like Empire when it came out until Return of the Jedi revealed what it was leading up to. That is very true.
Yep.
And then I'll say this about Tom Hardy's Bane. He's at least better than Bane of Batman and Robin. That is very true. I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Agreed. Had the Ultimate Edition been the version released in theaters, it would have gotten $1 billion. I effing agree with that, brother.
Yep. And so, talking about Zack's Vero post, the meat of the subject right now. So really, like, I theorized that the for those who don't know, like, I made a video about really, like, we don't know how long Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be, but we do know that it's going to be the longest superhero movie in history. Because really, like, right now, it was like it recorded at 2:14, but now with those extra scenes, it's longer. And I put it.
How long is Endgame?
3 hours flat.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So it would be the longest superhero flick in history if once that dropped.
Oh, here's the thing, though. That's not even the longest superhero movie. The longest superhero movie belongs to Zack with the director's cut of Watchmen being 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Ooh! So you know what? Hey, isn't the Snyder cut 3 hours and 34 minutes?
That's without adding. Yes, and that's not even counting the added scenes that he's putting in.
Right.
So so even that's crazy.
Wow.
So here's the thing that I think about that Kryptic tweet with the weights. If you've been watching on Twitter, people have been saying that the announcement date is going to be Mother's Day because Mother's Day, and all that, and and really and really um and really people were doing the math with the 150 weights on each side, and people said that it was 300. So I
Yeah.
did 300 minutes. So I did the math. 300 minutes on 300 minutes on 300 minutes to an hour, and 300 minutes in hours is 5 hours. So
Wow.
so
Wow.
so let's theoretically think about that for a second. Like, let's say if that is correct, that it's 3 hours and 3 hours and it's 5 hours. That would mean that either he put in those that he put in those deleted scenes that was in the I forgot what it's called, that 5 hour assembly cut,
Oh yeah.
and CG'd them up, which would explain why it took so long for it to come out. Because we all know that Zack has his own production company, so he has the resources to do it. So really, that would explain for it being a 5 hour movie. But then,
Yeah.
but then there's one thing that caught my eye, which was the president's seal on the weight. Now I did my research and went to Google up the meaning of the president's seal, which basically means many of one. So, or no, one of many. So that could mean that one person could have been like, "Yo, we need to put out Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're not doing well in money. We're not doing good at money. Just look at the stats of what Zack did for us
Yeah.
before and what we're doing now.
Yeah.
It's not
It's a steady
our current
look it.
our
It's a
our
steady
current.
decline. It's a
Yep,
steady decline. And anybody look at it, and I'm not like I said, I like I said, I am ultimately a DC fan in general, but I am
right. Yes.
mainly a huge fan of Zack Snyder. And on top of that, the injustice that has been done to him, the injustice. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? That lights a fire under my heart. And so
and
yes, I'm a little biased, and maybe we all are. You know, we fight for what's right. And the thing is that people can deny it if they want. And like I said, like movies like Birds of Prey, Shazam, stuff like that. I honestly mean it when I say this. I do not wish ill on these movies. At the same time, am I excited when they come out? I'm like, yeah, I still see them. I pay, I give them my money at theater and all that, you know. But I'm not like, I could really, it's just like, who asked for this? You know? And if you count the numbers, it's like this since he left, and it's been slow.
like
Yeah, you know,
there
slow
there was
decline.
a big up, but and that was really with Aquaman. But after Aquaman, yeah, it's been a steady decline. Like
But guess
like it
what?
really.
You know how you just said about Aquaman? Here's my theory on that. Okay, and it's gonna be quick. Um, you remember when Justice League was just about to hit theaters, and it was apparent to everybody that backed, loved, and supported Zack Snyder. We all knew what happened to him. We all knew he stepped down. And we trusted the word of Warner Brothers, who said they brought in Joss Whedon just to oversee what he did, and that he didn't have time to quite finish every single thing, but he was just going to put a few touch-ups on it and drop that fucker in theaters for us, and that it was going to be Zack's movie. But it's closer and closer and closer that it came to the release date. Everybody knew. Information was already leaking about the bullshit going on behind the scenes. There was videos coming out on YouTube from big-ass YouTubers talking about that they done got rid of the motherfucker that did the score for BVS, Junkie XL, and that they done did this, they done got rid of Jay Olivia, and that this is going to be an entirely different movie. This is not going to be a Zack Snyder movie. And a lot of people that are like really into that shit, like me and you, we were tipped off before the movie even came out. We were already expecting some bullshit. We were hoping that it wasn't going to be, but we were already expecting. Now imagine this. Now, we go to theaters, and we're like, what the fuck was that? Now, bad word of mouth is going around. And the people that just didn't like the shit anyway was like, get, I'm not going to come. Because the media and Rotten Tomatoes and their bullshit from BVS, they didn't come back. Then the people that were the hardcore DC fans, they didn't even run out to see it because they're like, wait a minute, Zack Snyder ain't. I mean, it was one thing when he dropped out of the movie, but they said it was his. But now I'm hearing reports that they done turned this movie into some whole different shit and it ain't good. How many people didn't show up and didn't come back to see it a second time? That movie would have made $1 billion. And guess what? Right before Aquaman came out, all the people that were Zack Snyder supporters, seeing how Jason Momoa was supporting the Snyder Cut, how Jason Momoa said that I am keeping my fucking movie in line with what Zack Snyder wanted to the best of my ability. And then the director of Aquaman, James Wan, him being tight with Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder telling us fans like, hey, I told him, hey, make Aquaman the way you want, bud. I always intended this project to be yours and make it your own. That gave goodwill and good faith with the fans. So everybody that was a Zack Snyder supporter rushed out and seen Aquaman. They rushed out, not only seen it once, they seen it twice. And guess what? That would have happened to Justice League, no doubt. But guess what? Aquaman, the lousiest character in the history of DC, made $1 billion, and Justice League didn't because Warner Brothers sucks. But Kevin said, damn, I haven't seen Zach's latest post on Vero yet. And am I going to need a tinfoil hat to decrypt it? LOL.
Yes.
And Jeffrey, that's your territory. Go ahead and knock that out the park.
So here's the thing, like we all like for the weights, it has like this thing. It has the two side plates, the weights. Say 150 on each side, and people did the math, and that said 300. So people immediately think of a 5-hour movie is coming, and so then people then go to look up the. So then I go into it a bit deeper, and I go in and look at the president's seal, and the president's seal was on there. So the president's seal is on there, which I found very, very interesting because if you followed Zack Snyder for a long time on Bureau, you would know that he had the president's seal on his for his profile pic before the SnyderCon one. So I do that, and check this out. I also find that on the All the Gods shirt. Like there's And so then I'm like, wait. So I'm like, really? Wait, hold on. Excuse me.
Oh, you're good. But anyway, yeah, Jeffrey, he goes hard. He breaks shit down and he goes deep in depth into this kind of stuff. And I wanted to save this for towards the end of the show. And I wanted Jeffrey to
Yeah.
break this down for you guys. So everybody that's watching, I want you to pay attention and listen to my boy Jeffrey because he goes in. This is our watchtower. He goes in hard on this shit, and I've been waiting, and I saved. I always want to save the best for last, and he has some great theories and ideas on this. So I'm going to let him take off where he left off.
So yeah, like I said, that President's seal is on the all the odds shirt that Zack put up, and so then I look up the President's seal, and basically it means Opulus undum. It's like Latin for something, but it's basically the U.S. motto for one of many. So meaning that there was one person who that there's one person who said, "Hey, we gotta get Zack back on this. We gotta get Zack back on this." And really, I think that one person is Jim Lee, because Jim Lee has a Vero account, but hasn't used it yet.
Oh, nice.
So what if Jim Lee's first Vero post is going to be the Snyder Cut being announced?
Oh, wow. That would be that would be awesome, man. And Amit Prasad said, "You guys are awesome. Keep up the great work." Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I mean, yeah, that's something to think about right there. Definitely. And so Mother's Day is coming up soon, ain't it?
Yep, and that's the next Twitter event.
Yep, and that's going to be our next Twitter event, and we'll definitely have. I think they already announced on Twitter. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Will Rollins. Who it was?
Will.
Yeah, it was Will. Yep. And it'd be nice to get Will on here one of these days, man. I should have done a collab with him such a long time ago. And to everybody that's on here, I just wanted to say also, I might be butchering your name, Amit Prasad. I'm trying to say your name. I know I'm probably butchering it, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling us that you're enjoying this and that to keep up the good work. We appreciate that a lot. We appreciate any support from any of you guys. That's what we aim for. We aim for it. We aim to to entertain, speak truth and facts. And thank you for subscribing to my channel, Strong Arm Flicks. And also, if you want to see, I just seen a notification for it. And also, if you want to see more great content as well, subscribe to my boy Jeffrey Warfield.
And yeah, like Hardboiled said, and Zack Snyder even plugged Jim Lee's Vero account with the words "the greatest." So yeah, like maybe it was him that it was the one of many.
Yeah, exactly. And Kevin said, "I love Zack's cryptic messages even more now that I know that it annoys the out of Andy Signor."
Guess some people don't like to think.
But no, yeah. Andy Signor, he can eat it. I swear to God. I do not fuck with that mofo, bro. I swear, he's yeah. I wish he would come on here. I could have a talk with him. I'm not even trying to, not trying to boast or brag. No shit like that. I'm just saying, like, I got a few words to have with him, and I guarantee you, like, him or Jody or anybody, they want to come onto my shit. They better be super prepared because I'm not that nice. I mean, I'm cool with the people I'm cool with. You and everybody in this chat right now. You come and you rub me the wrong way, and we're not cool like that. You better have your shit together and know what you're talking about, because I would have tore him up on everything that he said during that Film God fucking versus fucking podcast and all that shit. He wouldn't have wanted no smoke. I'm telling you right now, and that's fine. That's fine.
Really, honestly, Jody would not want smoke with me because really, like, if he really wouldn't want any smoke with me because really how I get into people's heads is kind of like how Harley did in that extended scene where she was going to everyone, getting in their heads and all that. So yeah, Jody wouldn't want to talk to me. Because yeah, like I saw myself in that scene when I saw me as Harley Quinn, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, I saw myself as Harley Quinn in that scene when she was going to everyone, psyching them out.
Yeah, that's funny. Man. And I just want to say to everybody on here, hold on real quick. Let me pull this up on here. Oh, is that Mr. West Ashley's in the building? Hey, Wes. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Wes.
How you doing?
Hey.
Okay, what did he say? Hard boiled entertainment. He said, by the way, Strong Arm, he said, a mod monitors the live chat to make damn sure any trolls don't try to stir no up. Cease to be able to. Okay. So I asked that dumbass question earlier. Because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out the live chat and all that bullshit. But
yeah.
Thank you, Hard Boiled Entertainment, for getting back to me on that. Man, that was way earlier, and we was talking, so he didn't say shit, but he waited. But he still remembered and kept that shit on his mind. So thank you. And Mr. West Ashley, man, I'm so happy. He said, "What's up, y'all? Yeah, and shit, we in here going deep, as you would put it, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days, man, we it'd be nice to do a collaboration with you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you seen my message earlier today. I was at work wrenching on some cars, and I was watching your video, and I commented on there, and I'm like, I can't remember what I said, but I looked up at it, and it said something about I wasn't subscribed, and I'm like, man, I specifically remember subscribing to your channel, and I'm like, what the hell? So I clicked subscribe, and your number went up. You were like 2 away from 1,000. I'm like, man, I hope you get to 1,000, man, because you're right there. You know what I'm saying? And he said, nice show, guys, and hold on.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Strong Arm and Jeffrey. Thank you, Hard Boiled.
Thank you.
And Mr. West Ashley said, he said, word, anytime, man, just let me know. Yeah. We'll definitely have to put something together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Together. Let's see. Appreciate that, homie. And he said, oh, you got it today? Hey, yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you end up hitting that 1,000 subs today? Is that what you were saying? Let me know, man. Because right before I clocked out today, I was looking at that, and I'm like, Like, man, he's only 2 away. I'm like, man, I hope he gets it because, yeah, I've been. Oh, you're oh shit. He said, yeah, I'm at 1,002. Hold on.
Wow.
Damn, he's at 1,002 subs. Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm happy for you, man. I've been watching your shit for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? Before I even had a channel, before I even, knew y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching, and I remember seeing you having the Nerd Queens on there a couple of times, and Will Rollins, man, Will Rollins, my boy, and I seen a couple. I love your episodes, man. I love how you keep it real, bro. You know what I'm saying? You go in, and I especially enjoyed your response to the Film God versus Jody's Corner. I know that's old news now at this point, but I'm just saying I really was digging that video when you said that, and you know,
Yeah.
man, I was really digging that. You know, and they know that Film Gob's a foreigner. There's still a language barrier to an extent, and them dudes wasn't giving him a chance to really like respond and answer the questions properly. You know, it's 4-on-1, and then they're reading the fucking chat in the chat. All the fans are like, Kim, tell him I said, here, I'll give you $100. Just tell him I said to go fuck himself. And I'm like, damn, bro, you're going in 4 deep on him, and now you're gonna read the chats too. You're gonna interrupt the like you big penguin blockhead looking mother. Oh man, I can't stand that shit. Yeah, and that one time he stood up, man, his back fat must have caught that chair because he said, bro, it was $500. Oh my God, $500. Someone just dropped on the pay app, bro. I'm like, dog, like, are you on here because you mean what you're talking about? Or are you on here trying to get clout? He said, I got it. Thanks for the plug, guys.
And really, like, that's the thing, like, I don't get about Jody doing the cheap way out.
Yeah, I'm down.
By doing cash apps.
We down to get on Go Deep. Yeah, definitely. I love one of these days, you know what I'm saying, or anytime soon. Mainly the weekends. I don't know what Jeffrey's schedule is looking like. Mine personally, typically anytime Saturday after like 3 p.m. Central or 3 p.m. Eastern time, excuse me, or Sunday. I'm down. I'm free. We could possibly set something up. Yeah, I don't know, Jeffrey. What's your time schedule looking like?
Really, I would say for right now, with my specific job, really every day is closed. So for right now, I don't really have a schedule.
Right. Okay. Right on. Yeah. With this mechanic shit, man, they got my ass there. I'm there almost 7 days a week, dog. And man, you see all these commercials on TV and shit, and they're like, "Stay home, stop the spread of the virus. You can do your part. Just stay home." The motherfuckers don't listen. After like car after car after car, I'm like, man, if you don't sit your ass at home, oh man, why are you here? You went to Kroger and you came here to get your motor looked at? Why? But anyway, Mr. West Ashley said, he said they tried to kill my homie Film Gob. We can't have that. LOL. Yeah, man. They tried to go. Man, they tried to go so hard. And he honestly, Film Gob. I gotta say, I got a lot of respect for him not going in showing and proving the narrative that they falsely tried to present. Like he's just some super like internet troll that just like wishes like the worst of shit on the people. Like he came on there and said, Like, you're so sensitive. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? He's like, like, I'm just, I didn't like what you said. It's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want on my own. You know what I mean? A little
Right.
fuck you. I wouldn't say that I hate you. That's a strong word. And they're just ganging up on him. And then then they stop and calm down, and they're trying to convince him, like, that he's not getting ganged up on. Like, really? And then they brought that little midget motherfucker up on there. Like, I mean, this motherfucker almost crying. Like, we don't even do, so you read comics around here, you know what I mean? We trying to help the streets, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, if you don't get this motherfucker up off here, man, I'm gonna go over there and drop kick this little fuckhead by myself. You know what I mean? No, the street. Oh my, like, oh my God, and all this is going on, and they're sitting there reading film god 100, and they're clapping to it and shit. Like, dude, that's like 4 plus how many comments did you read from fans donate large amounts? Like, they brought him on there to to clout ride his. I don't give if he got double the subs that Film God got or not. 24 to 25,000 subs. That's still a motherfucking lot. That is a lot. I don't give a if Jody's Corner got 50,000 or not. That's still a lot of subs. He did all that shit for clout, bro. And I just can't believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, Film God, he be on my channel, he drops comments. He'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Keep up the good fight, brother, and all this shit. Like, you gonna start off and just try and, like, you gonna let some white dude talk you into saying that he's being racist? This dude, Film God, he makes videos about everyone that talks shit.
Right.
Like, really? Like, you gotta be special, but you gotta be special though. Like, is this 1989 again? Like really? Like, you gonna pull some random? I didn't know that it was like that no more. Like, that you could just let like some white dude that's clearly chasing clout, that just got his ass torn apart by the movement, that you're gonna listen to some dude like this and get your head thinking about that this foreigner motherfucker that ain't even white. He's got it.
I would just like to see. I just wish he had the camera on. Jody Film Gob had the camera on, because at some points he seemed like very frustrated, and I just wanted Jody to see his face without without dumb the whole situation is. Get that money.
Yeah. Mr. West Ashley, he said, okay, I'll get in touch with y'all soon. Then he said, perfect. And he said, get that money. I think he was talking about what we was talking about, dude, on that. And then
forget the money.
Yeah, that was some funny shit though. And then let's see. Who was it? Hardboiled Entertainment. Well, gotta go soon, gentlemen. Hashtag release the Snyder cut. And then
Deus Vault.
Oh, yep. Hold on. Yep. There it is. I didn't even catch that. Good catch. HBO Max, man, it's almost coming. Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be in theaters.
That's very true. It is coming, and like I said, this shit is definitely coming to. I'm not gonna say that it won't. That Zack Snyder's Justice League will not end up on there. But what I'm saying is, I do not think the debut, the premiere of it, is going to be anything less than theatrical.
You're right.
And clearly, since all the C virus shit, I'm going to just say C virus, as I know some videos been getting flagged for just saying that shit out loud. Seriously, yeah. But clearly, since all of that happening, it's not just Zack shit. A lot of movies in Hollywood have been being delayed, some by an entire fucking year. So, it's definitely coming. I believe it's definitely going to be a theatrical release. Whatever date it was possibly going to be released, in my opinion, it's been pushed back for sure. by some months because of this, unfortunately. But so is everything else in Hollywood. So that's nothing to overreact or stress to.
Mr. West said, "Nah, get that money at work, Big Kev."
Oh,
That's Joey's money.
he said, "Fuck Jody's money." Hey, I'll give you a real applause for that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God, $1,000 to the cash app, dog. Man, I'm out here in these streets, cuz. We in these streets, man. We out here. We on this corner out here. We doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty little bro. Man, that dude's a damn joke, bro. I can't. He is out of control, and that shit took clown level to like Mr. West Ashley was saying. That dude took clown troll level shit to a new low with that video. Like it wasn't enough to just gang up on him. Like you had to and talk shit and hate on Zack and follow a mainstream narrative just because it's cool. You had to make it racist?
Right.
Like you said Jody's corner. Motherfucker, like he said, okay. Well, clearly your opinion is out there and your mind is blown. He's like, Jody's correct corner. Like it's just a play on words. And I remember hearing Film God say this shit. He's like, it's just a play on words or something like that. He was like, you're so sensitive. I just remember him saying that. And dude, he's so pissed off hearing him say that. Like he got really in his feelings over this shit. He got in his feelings like hard. No, especially this little midget man ass motherfucker. He got in his feelings like for real. He's just, oh my God. That was the weakest shit I've seen in a minute. That was the weakest shit I've seen in a minute. And I just, I can't rock with Jody's corner and all that, you know. It's just some of the shit is just wow. You know what? I can't even really go over it because I'm probably just reiterating shit that I've seen and heard. And I think Mr. West Ashley covered that shit prestigiously, perfectly on his one of his last videos on that shit. You know, it's just wow. You know, I just honestly I wish that they, you know, in my opinion, I would have thought that they would have at least let one other person come in there with Film God. I mean, it was 4 or 5 y'all. You couldn't let one person, like, he's a foreigner. He's trying to explain shit to you. There is a small, even though he speaks good English, there is still to an extent, and I've been saying this and I'm going to keep saying this, a slight language barrier between the Scottish and the Americans. And it's like, on top of that, they, you know, he would talk, and every time he would talk, if it wasn't this dude, or this dude, they kept cutting him off. And one dude's talking about, oh, this girl, I'm not a rapist, and that was Me Too shit ruined my career. You know, and then you got this other guy up here. Do you even edit your own videos? And he's like, who the hell's with it on my videos, dude? You know, and then you got this other guy, Jody, like, yeah, you got wrecked, bro. You got wrecked. You know, I gotta go in. I'm finna go in. Then you got this little midget motherfucker coming in, popping in the corner. He's like, man, I tell you right now, man, you know what I'm saying? Any black people out here, we don't even read comments. We read comments. We're trying to keep you about the streets. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. And you know, and then meanwhile, he's trying to actually respond to these mofos and have a intelligent, you know, conversation. And he's like, you know, and he's Scottish, you know what I'm saying? And he's doing the best that he can. He's doing the best that he can.
You get 214.
214. Hey, it's 214, y'all. Andy, he said LOL. But yeah, man, it was just he said who is it? I don't know even know. Does this say BINGO? Why did I just read that shit like that? And bingo. bingo bingo. What's his name? Oh, I don't know, but he said,
Yeah.
I could be reading it. He said, "Good work yesterday, gentlemen. Thank you."
Thank you.
And Mr. West Ashley, to laugh my ass off faces. That's too funny. But it's just man, it was good. It was nice seeing everybody here. And we're gonna try and what do you want to do, man? Uh it's just I didn't plan on keeping you on here so long, Jeffrey. I know you got shit going on. And but you got a few more minutes, homie? How long do you
Yeah,
got? I mean, how long do you got?
I got it for you.
Did
Yeah.
hey, did we ever go in on that one uh on the Zack Snyder post on the Mother's Day event and everything that happened? Oh, there's one thing actually skip that pause that real quick. Mr. West Ashley was talking about this. Um he said that he was brought up the fact that a couple of YouTubers, including Chris Wong Swenson, had brought up the fact about the Twitter event that we all had the other day regarding the Snyder Cut, and excuse me, a lot more took place than just people flooding HBO Max requesting them to release the Snyder Cut. The fact that they focused solely on that and didn't bring up the attention to other shit, that it kind of diminished, especially after the hate-filled shit fest we had the last week, kind of diminished the fact that a lot more went on than just that. I think that our Twitter event, like I said earlier, I think it went very well, considering the fact that RT Snyder Cut has been MIA during the C virus and these tough times going on. They have roughly, like I said, anywhere between 20 to 28,000 subscribers, followers, whatever you want to call it. And we haven't been very organized since then. We've been organized, but we're a large group, but other people that aren't, don't even know what's going on. And then there's a group of people that do know what's going on, and they just weren't participating. It's like, what's your motive for not wanting to help? If you're a fan of Zack, if you want the Snyder Cut released, and you're a fan of Zack, what motive would you have to not want to fucking help? And I'll be tune in on that real quick, Jeffrey. I'll be right back. I got to check on something. I'll be right back, bro.
Okay. So, yeah, hey guys. So, yeah, for me, how I see that whole thing is really how people seem to how people go for the whole HBO Max thing is really has to do with the fact that HBO Max did announce the date of HBO Max to on that Twitter day. So really, HBO Max being the Warner Brothers' next big thing was really kind of their focus. So really, I think they spun our Twitter event to their own narrative in a way, so that they don't really pay attention to us. And I really haven't paid attention to the articles, but I would imagine them saying that they were saying that we spammed them, and we just were kind of abusing our power and all that. And so really, I really think that the articles were pushing this narrative that we're trying to spin this narrative that's saying that, oh, we're just being spammers, spamming their content with hashtag release the Snyder Cut, when in fact, no, that's not how the event was going. It was actually going as like saying, like, hey, I am a fan of hashtag Avatar The Last Airbender, and then say I am hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Like that's how it was supposed to go.
Right.
Saying how a like saying how hashtag release the Snyder Cut is really fans of multiple other sources of media and not just Zack Snyder stuff.
Right. And another thing is too is like the whole point of the event, or is that like we were trying to reach a different demographic and trying to fight against the negativity, you know what I'm saying, of the shitstorm that happened. And it's just like, I don't know, there's a couple of dudes out there, I don't understand their motives. I just don't. Like there's even some people that used to be like down for the cause. I'll just say, I won't even say the movement, just down for the cause. And like people I used to like, well, one person in specific, like I used to really rock with them, and like now, like they're just like got into it with one motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And like
Is
now
it
it's
Andy?
like, no, not, I don't know if yeah, you know what? I guess you could say that, but but this one person in specific, I'm not gonna say names, but now he's just like, trying to making videos and has a decent following. I'll just say. It used to be down for the cause, and now he's like, talking shit about the movement, the size of the movement, the size of the retweets, talking about, yeah, for 100 motherfuckers just tweet the same shit 100 fucking million times in one day, you'll get to X amount of, just trying to diminish the movement, diminish the amount of money that was donated to the charities, diminish what everything the movement stood for and stands for. And I said some shit, to him on his videos, and he never responded or said nothing back. And it's just, I mean, I'm not like, I'm not about to go in on him. It confuses me. I don't understand what's going on with people's minds. It's just like, it's real simple. This is our goal. I don't care if you're one of these guys over here and you think, oh, it needs this amount of money, or if it's a done, or if it's this, or if it's that. If you're for creative integrity, if you're for getting this cut released, if you're for the fixing the injustice that happened to Zack Snyder, and you're for the DCEU, there's no reason, no matter if you get mad at one motherfucker or not, if you've got a following of over 1,000 subs, and over 1,200 subs, even, or mainly, and you're, because you got into it with one dude, you're gonna diminish the whole movement. That made everything you did for the last 2 years garbage.
Right.
And I can't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? And I even, I had to unsub from dude's channel and shit. And it's just like, we've got to come together and be more united. You know what I'm saying? We got to get more united, because the way that this shit is popping off nowadays, too many people are coming in trying to take a stab at people in the movement. Too many people are coming in and causing division. People that were cool once before ain't cool because one motherfucker between the two of them they ain't vibing with. So now these people are beefing off to the side and this and that. But my main issue is, like, if you've got a decent size of a following, you got to be the bigger person. And you're either, at the end of the day, you either stand for the shit you talking about, or you're doing the shit you talking about for clout. Period. Because if you get upset with one motherfucker over here and then you like try to diminish the charity for suicide prevention, try to diminish the amount of motherfuckers in the movement, try to diminish the release of the Snyder Cut, try to diminish any and everything coming out, then who the fuck is you? And you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
and I can't rock with you no more. I can't. Don't DM me. You know, don't come up on my channel, slick talking, and none of that. None of that shit. Like I can't. I'm serious about this shit. Like there's too much hate out there to be having this kind of infighting and people turning on themselves. You know, it's just. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's just a lot. You know, the way that people take things sometimes, and you know, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm even to the point where, like,
if you think about it, it's kind of stupid in a way with how ritual signaling goes. Like people care about equality for women and all that, and gay rights and all that. But when it comes to like people coming together and fighting for something that is actually more precious, which is life, you know what I mean? Like people immediately bash it and say, "Oh no, that's nothing." Like, you know what I mean? It's just stupid how people are nowadays, where people don't really care about life, but they do care about rights. Like, rights can wait, but life can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Bingo, he's man, that name will not stop cracking me up. I don't know why. But I guess I'm a little childish and shit. But he said, we are all in this movement and we need to stand together. And yeah, you know, and that touches on a little bit on what I was just talking about. And I definitely feel the same. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's just I mean, even like you know, you rewind the clock back 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, maybe a little longer. I had beef. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I didn't go hard in the paint, but I had beef with the 40 Club shit, with 40 Club members, associates of the 40 Club, all that shit. And I started to realize not all of them are dickheads. Some of them I still dislike, but for the most part, I don't have an issue with them. And we're just getting to a point where like we're having so much like division, and we've got enemies from all sides. Like, we need to close the gap. I feel like we need to close the gap to an extent. There's one person in particular that's never going to happen with, that have to do with the 40 Club. One, maybe two people. You know what I'm saying? For what's been dubbed the 40 Club. One or two people, and one of them people, they know. You know what I'm saying? They done did too much, and they done said too much against Zack, and then flip-flop, and then try to go at my boy Will's head, and I will never rock with them motherfuckers. But the other dudes, the other cats, you know, I don't care what they think the completion level is. I may disagree with them, but I don't have no issue anymore. Like, we got to start closing this divide. And I'm not saying it needs to start there in specific. I'm just trying to bring in general what I'm saying to everybody's attention. Like, we got to start closing this divide, because it's like we got to have like you know, and for the most part, the main people of this shit, Mr. West Ashley, Will Rollins, Nerd Queens, Cole J, Jeffrey, or Jeff, not you, Jeffrey, Jeff. Couple of the OGs, you know what I'm saying, from way back, that when I was early on, when I was just not even a face or even a picture behind a keyboard, I was just a motherfucker behind a keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people that started to kick shit off, got shit popping, you know. And there's more to than that. I'm sorry if I've left everybody out. You know, it's just, You get what I'm saying? It's just like we've got to start. My
So
point
many
is that I'm getting
memes.
at is that Jeffrey is that one way or the other, we got to start trying to close this divide and get united because, as you can see, the haters they've never stopped hating. And
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, the haters are getting united, and the haters are many. And we are
Mm-hmm.
still fighting the same fight that we were fighting back then. And I feel like some people, because we accomplished so much, have forgotten we are still in this for the long run, and we are still fighting the good fight. And we
Mm-hmm.
got to drop all this petty shit. When someone comes out, where the fuck is you at? Why are you? You know what I'm saying? Especially people with large followings, like. When someone with another person with a large following or an article from a legit or a semi-legit source come out with some bullshit or some asshole, I've got sources. Where the fuck are you at when we need you? Because if you ain't riding, then you ain't riding. Quit pretending,
Mm-hmm.
quit faking. You need to get the fuck up out of here. Because if you ain't doing what needs to be done, then what are you doing? And like I said, I'm not never going to just throw some names out there, but I'm just saying, it's certain people, it's a lot of people, like Chris Swenson, I rock with him. He made this video and this last one, and I didn't really know how to feel about it. I feel like he just kind of undermined some shit, but I know that he means well and he's a good dude. Okay, but Film Junkie, I've had issues with. I haven't had issues with him. I know certain people in the movement have had issues with him. For the most part, like I said, he's got a large following. He does want the right thing to be done for Zack. He is a fan of the Snyder Cut. He does want it released. The other shit, I'm not going to get involved in. I know he's got issues, and a couple of people I'm cool with ain't cool with him. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. That's okay. But, it's just like, even Dave the Film Junkie came out, you know what I'm saying, and had people's backs. Film Gob had our motherfucking backs when all this bullshit popped off. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, it's just, man, and it's just, hold on. Mr. West Ashley, he said hashtag united. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We all need to be united, man. You know what I'm saying? And then listen, man, and then once we get our ultimate goal accomplished, then we can come out and be like, hey, like 6 months ago, dog, you was acting like a bitch, bro. And I can't you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
we can hash shit out. You know what I mean? We got to team together and fight, like like the Suicide Squad shit. Like us bad guys, we gotta squad together,
Look at
to
Field.
fight a greater evil. And then when this shit's done, then we can deal with each other. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
Field back in the chat.
Oh, is he? Oh, yep. He said, damn, y'all still streaming? Hell yeah. Fatal J, like, man, I done left 2-3 times and then came back. Yeah, me and Jeffrey, we get it popping, dog.
Yeah.
Yep. We get it
Mm-hmm.
popping, man. I'm trying to get a schedule together, honestly, for my channel. I think I need to start doing like subjective reviews and getting some type of schedule together so that people know, like, hey, twice a week at this time, I'm finna drop content. I mean, here and there you can drop shit. I'm just saying, because like I'm all over the place, and people that rock with me, a lot of the times they're working when I'm not working, and I'm working when they're, not working, and just like it's vice versa. It's crazy. And hold on. Royal Wakefield. He said, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And Mr. West Ashley said, "Dave is cool though." LOL. Yeah, Dave is cool. Yeah, Dave the Film Junkie is cool, man. I mean, honestly, I remember when y'all had that live stream, and that was way back. That's water under the bridge now, though. But Dave's got a sense of humor from hell, and I rock with Dave. I rock with Dave, and I rock with Chris Wong Swenson, aka Ping Pong Flicks, and I'm cool with him. And he's a very positive dude, and he tries to put light on the movement and shit like that, and all the time, he's constantly dropping content, and he makes a good contribution to everything that we're trying to do and everything we're trying to accomplish, and in no way do I want to try to diminish what he does or what he does. Like you were saying though, Mr. West Ashley, I think that last episode though was kind of a bad take. Not that he was throwing, I don't think, but at the same time, I don't feel that he was throwing shade in any way, in any manner. But I do feel like he wouldn't necessarily, really like thinking about the message that he was putting out, in a sense, given the backlash and the bullshit we were riding off of from the following week. And I think he could have went about that certain section that was dedicated to that HBO shit a little better, like you were saying. But other than that, like I said, I rock with him as well. Hold on. Hey, Fatal J, man, he going nuts in the comments section. Hold on. Hold on. He said, Mr. West Ashley, what's good, homie? Fatal J, hey, that would be a good collab right there too. Fatal J and Mr. West Ashley, shit. I'd like for shit if we could all get on the go deep.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool. But yeah, he said, Mr. West Ashley, what's good, homie? My bad, I'm a little late on this. Hey, Fatal J said, I went to Walmart and came back, and y'all still streaming. Damn. So, man, y'all don't never get off the tube. Set up. Damn, man, I wish we would have seen that earlier, though. Yeah, Fatal J, we was already. Yeah, we should end the stream at 2:14 minute mark. I mean, on my end, the 2:14 minute mark was like 20 minutes ago, dog. That would have been sharp. And you know what? Jeffrey even brought that shit up. Jeffrey brought that shit up, but right at around that 2:14 minute mark, I seen my boy, Mr. West Ashley, up in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not finna end my stream now. I was thinking about it though. I'm like, man, I done did a long ass stream. I probably should turn this shit off. Probably pissing off people. They like, man, can this motherfucker get off the live feed? I'm trying to watch some shit and all I see is his dumb face. but no, I was thinking about ending it there. But Mr. West Ashley had just joined on, and like I said, I don't know. It might be 2-3 weeks before schedule's cleared to do another live stream. So I really wanted to give back, and I really wanted to interact with everybody in any way possible. I know it's probably a little overkill. Most likely is overkill. And Fatal G say, Dave is dope. Chris is dope. Hell yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sometimes Chris gets gangsta though. I ain't never seen him get thug like that though, but yeah, Chris is cool. And then John Sorvellis, he said, Jay is also dope. Hell yeah. Yeah, and Mr. West Ashley said, yeah, Wong is cool. Yep. And then he said, I used to watch your videos back in the day with Griff. Yeah, I used to watch his videos. And I've been watching Mr. West Ashley's videos since back in the day. Like I said, and I just want to say shout out to Mr. West Ashley. Like once again, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dick ride and all that, but you know what I'm saying? He goes way back. I remember watching this cat way back. Him, Nerd Queens, Will Rollins, Koji, Jeffrey, all these guys. I'm talking about prior to San Diego Comic-Con type shit. And seeing them fight the good fight. And I remember on my lunch breaks, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there, eating a Whopper and a fry with a Coke, smoking a cigarette. And I'm on there on my phone, done smoked 2 cigarettes in a row. And I'm just sitting here just all into this shit, just glued to this shit and just watching them. And every day, man, they gave me the fire to carry on, to keep fighting, you know what I'm saying? The good fight and informing me of shit. And, before I started investigating shit, reporting on shit, getting involved in shit, even showing my face. And yeah, it's some legendary shit right there. And oh yeah, Mr. West Ashley, he said I'll make it happen soon, the four of us. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You hear that, Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, you down for that, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fatal J, hold on. I gotta go back to this one because he said some silly ass shit, bro. He said those were some dope videos, bro. He said you and Griff breaking down shit years back about men wearing dresses, and now that shit happening though. What? I'm sorry. That shit caught my eye. I'm like, what? Couldn't skip over that.
Oh.
And he said, hold on, Fatal J. He said,
Fatal J.
Sean O'Connell really representing for the movement in Hollywood, bro. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What was you about to say, Jeffrey? Was you about to say something?
Phil J asked me a question. He said, Jeff, you think this Snyder going to drop on Mother's Day? Really, I gotta say, I won't say it won't drop in particular, but I do think that will be the announcement today of sorts. So I'm looking out.
Hell yeah. And then I'm gonna go back at like 2 or 3 now. Man, I'm traveling through these comment sections like I'm the motherfucking Flash. We're going forward in time, backward, and all around. Mr. West actually said, he said, I'll put together a roundtable discussion for all of us. Hey, that would be neat. That'd be cool, man. That'd be smooth. That'd be smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we just got a question. Hold on. There it goes. Fatal J, you guys still think November is the month or next year? Question mark. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Really, it's 50-50 right now because as hard as it is to believe, there are still movies still scheduled to release in 2020, so in theaters. So I would say if it won't be this November, it will definitely be next November.
Oh shit. Jeffrey just went down. His live stream went down. Yeah, that's all right. He'll be back. Oh, there he goes. That was fast. You all right?
Yeah,
you all right there, my guy?
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck did he go?
Accidentally pushed the button. There was no signal drop this time, just the tap of the button sort of thing. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Read that, Jeffrey. That's you.
You guys like Ezra Miller, be honest.
Be honest.
Really,
I do.
Like, yeah, like I do as a person. Like, I haven't seen him as an actor, but as much except for Justice League. But honestly, I'm not gonna judge him off of that because that's a completely different movie entirely.
Right.
But just if we were to just go on him in Justice League, I would say he's a pretty cool actor given with what he was given. But yeah, I really want to see what he was like in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Exactly. Because you know what? And what I got to say is that on the Ezra Miller thing, I know a lot of people say that, he comes from a family with money, that because the fact that he's, his personal choices in life and shit like that, he gets a lot of like hatred from the other side, and because he's not like a huge actor, he's just starting to blow up. And honestly, and Zack Snyder is responsible for that, and he's responsible. Most of the cast, besides Ben Affleck, you know, Zack Snyder made all of their fucking careers for them. He started. He not saying he started their careers, but he started their mainstream appeal. And gave them the fire and spark to get their careers off the ground. And on top of that, he's just a nice and good person. So people respect and love him and appreciate what he's done for them. And with Ezra Miller, you got to remember what you've seen in Justice League. Yes, the Flash was always going to be the lighthearted one of the group because that's the character of the Flash. But also, you got to remember Zack Snyder's style as well. He was going to have a serious role where he was doing like some karate type shit incorporated with his Flash movements. And in Justice League, they had him running fucking goofy as fuck at the. And you got to remember, Zack Snyder's gone at this point. Joss Whedon is responsible for the reshoots. So Joss Whedon and his team got this motherfucker on some kind of machine, and he can't even run right on it. He's flopping around. His legs are fucking kicking him in the ass, and his arms are going crazy. Yeah, and you see behind the scenes when Zack Snyder is coaching him, he's got him going like this and doing like this karate shit, going zoom, like he's cutting lightning. And it's like, the Snyder cut is fucking fire. And then you see pictures drop, and it shows the Flash, and fucking he's like this, holding his arms out all crazy, like some kung fu shit, and time is stopping, and lightning is shooting everywhere, and it's like, whatever that dude filmed for the Snyder cut is fucking lit. And what we got was trash. All with everybody, though. It wasn't just him. So in my opinion, I'm not going to lie, out of all the characters that Zack Snyder casted, Ezra is probably my least favorite, but at the same time, I think that he casted Ezra for a reason, though. Zack has that eye for casting people that they themselves wouldn't even have guessed that, they were going to be great or born to play just this one role. And I, like I said, we won't know until we see it, but in my opinion, I think he's going to be a fucking spectacular as Flash. And I think that when we see what his true performance is, remember, what would you think of Ezra? To go back to BBS Ultimate Edition. Remember the scene where it showed Flash in the future with the 5 o'clock shadow that was real deep and the cape on and the fucking armor and it's all damaged? It's like, Bruce, did you get Pussy Boy vibes from that?
No.
Hell no. You're like, ooh. That's what I said. So until I see his true performance, I can't give details on that. I cannot go into depth and say that I don't like Ezra Miller. He's also in Fantastic Beasts 2. He had an all right role in Fantastic Beasts, but he didn't have a breakout role until the end. His breakout role is going to be Fantastic Beasts 3. Now, when Fantastic Beasts 3 drops, I will be able to see what Ezra Miller is like in a lead role, and I'll be able to have a better idea of his actual acting skills. But until then, I'm going to stand by the fact that until, and Fatal J said in BBS, Ezra had 2 fucking armored suits on, and then a cape, and a 5 o'clock shadow. That's right. That's right. Hey, hold on. He said that. Hold on. He said, Joss Whedon a hoe for that. I love martial arts. No, I'm serious. Hey, Fatal J, I'm being dead serious on that too. If you watch Justice League Blu-ray, right? On the Blu-ray, there's behind the scenes where it shows video clips of Zack Snyder coaching Ezra in a scene that's not even in the movie, and it shows him teaching him how to do this karate, Pilates, kung fu. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's some kind of martial art, like not like crazy martial arts, but some kind of more simplified martial arts, but it's still some kind of form of martial arts. and it shows him like when he moves, everything he does is supposed to be like with that incorporated in it. That's why when you see that scene when they're reawakening Superman after his death, and the Flash ran all the way to the back of the fucking ship, and he's getting ready to go. You see him, he goes, one. He's like, one. And he's like, two. He's like, two. And he goes, with his arm, zoom, and he slices down, and there's lightning. That is a Zack Snyder scene meshed in with reshoots and re-edits, because that is the style of Flash that he was going to give us. And that goofy running shit and the other shit and a lot of the Flash lines and him falling on top of Wonder Woman's tits, that was all Joss Whedon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, Royal Wakefield. If it is released in November, they need to announce and market it now. And I agree with that, Jeffrey, with what Royal Wakefield said. If they are indeed going to release the Snyder Cut this November, it seems like they would start the marketing, or at least, at the very least, the official announcement for it now or soon. But at the same time, what do you think that means? At this, that could also mean that, given that, with that being said, and having that on our minds, to me, that makes Mother's Day, the Mother's Day event, and Mother's Day even more important.
Mm-hmm.
If they were going to, like he just said, if they were going to release it this November, they would need to market it or at least announce it now. So to me, that means, and like you just broke it down a little bit ago, Jeffrey, and if you want to dive back down into that shit, you can if you want. Just let me know. But with Zack's cryptic post on Vero, with Zack Snyder's cryptic post on Vero today, it would seem like if they wanted to, if it was coming out this November, think about this. At the very least, the announcement would have to be Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. Mother's Day.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It just makes sense.
Yeah. The announcement, I'm not saying a trailer. I'm not saying the movie. I'm saying an official announcement about when, where, and how, and it's got to be around the corner at the very least. And every day that passes by is crucial now, and it's time to start paying attention, tuning in, and really listening to people like Jeffrey Warfield, because this guy, his brain is like fucking, it's just like super. He's
and it's really like your boy Will said. He talked to someone and he said that the Snyder Cut is coming, and he even emphasized on the guy's confidence, like he knew that it is 100% coming. So, you know what I mean? It is definitely around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely around the corner, man. And let's see.
Dang, we're almost at 3 hours.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, Bat City Stuff. He said, I feel like a miniseries could be better because it's longer for character development. And then he continues. He says, the assembly cut was 5 hours long, so why don't they cut that into hour-long episodes and put it on the service? Jeffrey, you want to answer that?
Like, really though, like, let's say that they do that, like, people would still kind of, like I've been saying for the longest time that Zack doesn't compromise on his vision, and with this being a passion project for him, I definitely don't see it being a mini series. I really do see it being a movie, because I think he actually did intend it for it to be a movie.
I do too. I agree with that, but it is interesting to think about. And thank you for that that question, Bat City Stuff. And hopefully that was a good response. Let's see. Royal Wakefield, he said the goofy flash running at the end was edited wrong. He said, I reckon it was meant to be in slow motion. The background is moving no faster than a car. LOL. Hey, that is true. That scene does look, if you break it down and you stop the movie and pause it and slow it down, if you watch it, he is right. That running looks goofy as shit, and you know damn well sure that's not a Zack Snyder scene. And if it is, it's been highly tampered with in some way. There's no way Zack would put no shit out like that. He is all about visuals, and and the way that he was coaching him to run, him to just everything. Without him on board, there was like a ship with no captain on board. Okay, and Fatal J. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. Too big of a caliber of actors for a TV series. That's Fatal J's response to the comment you read earlier. And I'd have to say Jeffrey is right. He was right in his answer. And hey, Fatal J said, Jeffrey got a computer brain.
Well, I'm gonna go eat soon because I'm getting hungry, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's read these last couple ones. We're gonna sign out. Ty Bone Skyberg said the Snyder cut, it does exist. Especially the Ayer cut. Hashtag release the Snyder cut. Hashtag release the Ayer cut. Hell yeah. Release the Ayer cut and release the Snyder cut, brother. And then this next one real quick. John Sorvelis. Jeremy Irons was in Watchmen, and it was a weekly show, so I wouldn't dismiss it. Times have changed when it comes to cinema and streaming services. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm Shri Kitwadkar. I never can pronounce his name, but he's always on the show. He said, see you later, fellas. He said, hey, bye. But all right, guys, we've had a very long live stream, and we're gonna try and catch up with you guys real soon. Our next one, probably, if Jeffrey, are you free this Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm free Saturday night.
All right, so then our next live stream and/or episode will be this Saturday. I'm not sure on the time yet. It'll probably be roughly around 7 p.m. Saturday. Me and Jeffrey will update all of you and let you know what's going on, and with the specifics and the times, we'll schedule it so you can all see it. And hopefully we'll have a slightly bigger audience next time. Also, in the future, maybe we can do a collaboration with Mr. West Allen or Mr. West Ashley. And anybody else, Nerdy in Many Ways, you're more than welcome to join anytime. Just hit me up or hit Jeffrey up. And if you're new to my channel and you like what you see and you like what you hear, please subscribe to me and or Jeffrey or both. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching Strong Arm Flicks. Till next time, my friends.
See ya.